Welcome to Snog Beep Dungeons Incorporated. Uh, we are kicking off a new adventure with, let's go in order. Primus Archetype, Thaw Mechanical, Tactical, Individual Unit 32.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'll be playing the Warforged Sorcerer, Primus Archetype, Thumb Mechanical, Tactical Individual Unit 32. I'm going to say that it calls itself Unit 32 for now. I'm a professional guitarist and have a nice beard, and I tell shit jokes, so get used to that. Right, next person.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm playing Alexei Dmitrievich Medvedev. He is a dwarven paladin of Torm. He will call himself Alexei, nothing fancy like Sam here. But I do not have magnificent beard, but I do also tell shit jokes.
I'm Abby. I'm playing Koeli, Aarakocra, Storm Sorcerer. I do not have a nice beard, but I do have a pretty rad ponytail. So, I guess there's that.
Don't talk yourself down. Your beard's very impressive.
Just conditioned it this morning.
That's the key.
My name is Tyler, and I also don't have a very magnificent beard, but I do have a hat. And as you may be able to tell, I be playing First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful. I am a pirate. I was a pirate. My ship has ran into some problems. In fact, it ran into a storm.
I look forward to us.
I'm gonna have difficulties
finding out about your
going.
piratical problems and your accent. All right, so
we have verification on stream that my accents are difficult. I have difficulty with accents. I'm gonna try it though.
Excellent.
I respect it.
Just stay strong and stay with it. It's very important. But it's not so important that if you can't do it, it will break things.
All right. Sam, if you've got an echo, you maybe have audio on roll 20 on.
I turned it down. I was just making sure that you knew.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yep.
Yeah, no, I've got everything on roll 20 blocked. So.
That's fine. Yep.
All right. So we begin. Each of you has received a mysterious missive that has summoned you under varying circumstances that each seems to be oddly pointed towards each of you individually. Very hand-picked letters summoning you to meet at the Mermaid Song Tavern on a particular date and time. Through your various actions, you have found yourself now in the city of Letitia, approaching the Mermaid Song Tavern amidst what seems to be oncoming inclement weather. The tavern itself is a very fine establishment, nestled within the busy port town. It sports the likeness of a mermaid hanging from above the door, carved out of wood. The establishment itself seems to be rather lavish and well-maintained, and despite the wet environment and the various actions happening around you, you can smell good, wholesome food coming from inside.
What was the name of the place again? Sorry, I'm just taking my first notes. I'm actually going to start by taking notes from the beginning of this game, so that when something comes up later, I don't look like an idiot. I'm doing it. Colin will be proud of me. Right.
It is the Mermaid's Song.
Mermaid's Song.
Just my question is, are we on Yule's Day, the
Yes.
23rd of Sunar currently?
Yes.
Okay. And
We are starting at about between 11:30 and 11:50, depending on how prompt you are.
Alright. Well,
Shockmaw is going to be the last one through the door.
and I will probably be the first one.
On the topic of inclement weather, you said, seemingly inclement weather. Is there a storm that Koeli can see from the air?
A storm is likely coming. Right now, it's just kind of a general drizzle.
Okay. Even from the bird's eye view, it just looks like clouds.
Yep.
Nothing like particularly ominous or walls
Yeah.
of water.
No Hurricane Sally. No tsunami. Just.
Okay.
So we're talking like thunderstorm or just showers?
It's possible a thunderstorm is coming based on the dark clouds.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Koeli's element.
So it's raining right now.
It is.
So awkwardly, I grab my long, luscious hair and wring it so that water falls out of it because I don't want to be waterlogged, and it flies everywhere around me, and I don't seem to mind or particularly notice.
Okay.
And
Are you in the bar when you do this, or in the tavern?
I'm outside because I'm not thinking about why that would make sense. And then I want to look at. So is there like people around outside, or am I like stood outside and people have all gone in?
Yeah, there's people still trying to go about their busy day. Most people are kind of like hurrying from place to place unless they're engaged in work. Because there's a large dock nearby where there's some people working on boats or readying lines.
Okay.
But,
so I have the letter that you sent me then in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to look at the letter, read the name aloud, the Mermaid Song Tavern, and then look at it and look back at the note, and then walk into the tavern, like just immediately, not paying attention to people around me, and just pushing the door and walking in, and then repeating the draining of the hair, firing it around, and then it automatically falls into a very nice, pretty style without any effort.
Sexy.
I would like to say Shockmaw was the first one there, just the last one through the door.
So you're just like chilling against the wall out in the street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like across the street, like if there's like a shop or something.
Okay.
Just
watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing who all shows up. Just wondered how busy is the tavern right now?
Pretty busy.
Pretty busy. Okay. So lots of comings and goings.
Yes.
Midday near a dock in a port city.
Oh, I just
Well, see, that's the thing. It's midday, so there's a decent chance that
Lunch.
everyone's out working. Oh yeah, lunch crowd.
So, how many people just got soaked?
Not that many. As I said, most people are kind of hurried. Most people out there are already wet. But as you enter, Alexei, I presume you are already inside while this is happening, since you said you wanted to be the first to arrive.
Yep.
So then on your entry, and Unit 32, you'll see this on your subsequent entry, the tavern itself is full of people. It is very lively. It is very busy. There's the smell of food. All of the furniture seems to be very finely crafted and well put together. And there is a single individual who is very hurriedly moving back and forth between the bar and the various tables. The only exception to all of the high spirits and hustle and bustle is a single table off to one side where there is a lone figure garbed entirely in black, sitting completely still with their back against the wall.
Interesting. So I scan across the room.
Well, hold on. Alexei was there first. Alexei was in the building first.
Okay.
Cool, you jets. But having made a clandestine meeting or two in my time, I will approach the lone figure.
Okay. You
Is
walk.
this seat taken?
A female voice says, "Please sit, Alexei."
Miss Vess? I'm sitting in the process of sitting down.
The same. We shall wait for the others.
Of course.
So, Unit 32, as you walk in, you would see the dwarf, you see the same lively interior, and you see this armored dwarf make his way over to the lone figure, say something you cannot hear over the sounds of the tavern, and then sit down.
How different to the rest of the room in garb is the armored dwarf? Like, how much would it stand out?
He would stand out a little bit. Most of the people are wearing like leathers and cloth. The armor is unusual, but it is less stark than the fine black garb of the figure he is sitting with.
Does he move like near me to within like voice range or anything? Like if I was to talk out loud, would he hear it?
It would depend how loud you were, because there's a lot going on in the tavern.
So at like a kind of medium level as he approaches, and I notice it, you hear, if you do hear, you hear dwarf, armored, medium, high threat level estimated. And then as I scan across the room and I see the black garbed woman, you hear ominous figure, unknown. And then I look at the letter again and notice that must be it. So I start to move towards thing, keeping a distance from the dwarf because I don't know. Also, as I realize that this is a social function and that this is what humans like to do is gather here, you notice that my posture shifts from being awkward to like super graceful but a bit stiff. And on the back of Unit 32's feet, basically like small stiletto heels poke out. And the posture changes slightly, and then she moves towards the thing.
She gains a couple inches in height.
Yeah, basically, it's just like you hear a small word, and it goes, and then it moves with like, it's like, so for context for people watching, Unit 32 is a Warforged sorcerer. What you are seeing in this place is like a 6'8", literally half a ton piece of metal, sculpted as like the kind of fake idealized like female form in alabaster steel, and it doesn't really appreciate aesthetics, but it does what it thinks it should, and its mentor was a sexy sorceress, so it's trying to be that. It's like, it would be the most beautiful thing in the room if it wasn't also a mannequin, and it's weird, and I'm enjoying it. It's like, if it was a human, you'd be like, oh my god, she's stunning, but instead you just like, that's a nice carving. But it talks.
That's not a hindrance for some folk.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aware that I'm possibly entering into someone's fetish, and all I've got to say to you is, you disgust me. So, moving on.
There is no probably about it. You are fully within somebody's fetish at this
I
point.
100%. There is a slash R thread for this, and I don't want to go.
As you make your way across the room to the figure, it again does not move, addresses you and says, Primus Archetype Thaummechanical Tactical Individual Unit 32. Thank you for coming. Please take a seat. We will wait for the others.
You used my full designation. I'm impressed. Not many people manage it without stumbling their words, and I sit down, hopefully not destroying the seed.
Koeli, where are you since Shockmaw's tactically waiting to be last?
Koeli is definitely walking into the tavern with little patience. She is wearing a long cloak to cover her wings,
Okay.
just to make sure, and it has the hood up so that it covers her beak a little bit, just so it's not aggressively, hello, I'm a bird. And she goes into the tavern and gets a berry wine, and then searches for Mr. Vess.
Okay. You are able to ascertain that you believe that the most likely individual of Mistress Vess is the lone, somewhat ominous figure now sitting with two unusual figures at the table.
Somewhat ominous and somewhat alone.
So do you make your way over? Do you watch from a distance?
Yes. Koeli goes over and like
Okay. Uh,
kind of like bobbles her head like the Dowager Countess in Downton Abbey. You know, I took a little bird wobble. And it's like, Mistress Vess?
the same. Thank you for joining us, Koeli. Please.
Koeli sits and removes her hood
Okay.
and drinks her wine.
There's a momentary kind of attention from someone, not like any like dramatic turn, but a couple heads kind of turn, and a couple people kind of like elbow each other and point, but everything seems to return back to as it was.
Andrew, quickly,
Mhm.
do I know what an Aarakocra is?
You do. They are a
Okay.
species of bird people.
Okay. Is she visibly armed?
Are you visibly armed?
Probably any of my weapons are probably under my cloak, so my visible armament right now is my beak.
Okay. Well, okay, I don't take offense to this, but as you sit down, you just hear, again, at kind of a normal room volume level, unarmed Aarakocra, threat level, low, medium.
She texts at you.
Threat level, medium.
All right, Shockmaw, have you
right.
deigned to seek shelter at this point?
Yeah, I'm assuming the rain's getting rather heavy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna walk across. I'm gonna kick in the door.
Okay.
Preferably timing it with a roll of thunder.
Make a you have timing.
This is a performance check.
Yeah. I think performance is a solid call for the
Right.
fact that you're timing it.
All right, it's a 10 on the die. 13.
13. You do successfully time it. There's a crack of thunder and the door flies open. Everyone kind of stops what they're doing and looks at you.
I kind of stand there for a second. The rain sloshing off of my hat. Let out.
Do I have line of sight to the door?
You do.
Okay. Shockmaw,
What?
finish what you were going to say.
I let out a small growl as I scan the room, and then I make my way slowly to the bar. I'll have an ale.
Okay. The innkeeper kind of eyes you as slowly everyone starts to turn their attention away again, wondering. You hear some murmurs of like, "What the hell was that?"
How visibly armed is
And
he?
then I'm going to make my way towards. They're in the corner, right?
They are. And
So towards the
and
corner.
you are
that-
visibly armed, are you not?
I am visibly armed. I'm, quite obviously a man of the sea.
Are you obviously intoxicated yet, or no?
No, not yet.
Okay. So can I just say that as everyone starts to go about their business, just ringing over the awkward silence, just you hear, armed dragonborn, threat level, medium, high.
I think that is Koeli's bit too.
As she says that, my eyes snap over there. Go ahead, Koeli.
I'm gonna, at that point, Koeli's gonna stand and, greet Shockmaw. It's like, Shockmaw, my friend! It's been so many years!
Ah, Koeli. Good to see you again. How have you been?
I've been, following the wind, as I do. I was worried about you after the ship decided to get caught in that storm. I was worried you hadn't made it out, but I'm glad to see that you survived.
Yes, I was lucky to be alive. Thrown off the ship I was.
Have to tell me about the daring escape another time.
Oh yes, it's a great tale. But I believe we have have a meeting to attend to. And I stump my way over to the table and sit down.
Okay. As you sit down, the figure leans forward. So you've been able to tell that this figure is garbed completely in black from the neck down. They have a hood that is riding low in front of them, scouring most of their face, so you can only make out basically the bottom of their chin amongst the shadows and the light. The cloth is pitch black, almost to the point that it seems unnatural. The figure says, I wish to thank you all for accepting my invitation. I was not entirely sure you would all come, but I appreciate your arrival, and I can presume your discretion.
Of course.
I remain absolutely silent.
I am Mr. Avess. I represent a group that has a vested interest in a matter that has come to light.
A vested interest?
She ignores your pun.
Koeli laughs at it.
We are an order that maintains control of magical artifacts. And it has come to our attention that a particularly powerful artifact that we had deemed long lost may have actually been brought to light. We do not have reason to believe it has been found at this time, but there are hints that people are searching for it. Now, I'm sure you are wanting more explicit explanation, but I am bound to be vague, for we must be limited in who we trust with this information. I and my order themselves cannot go seek it out, for we feel that any action we take to look for these will draw the attention of more powerful forces. So, before I can tell you more, I would need your assurance that I can entrust such a task to you.
I,
Does she belong to who I think she belongs to?
You'll have to find out.
She a shroud.
I be needing a little bit more information than that. Last time I went after an artifact, the ship ended up at the bottom of the sea.
Well, I believe, as I told you, that in exchange for assisting me, we would be able to adequately compensate you.
As far
All
as
right.
discretion, I think you, given what you wrote in your letter, you understand what I do, and that discretion is very important to me as well. So, you have my word.
Most excellent.
I'll at least hear ye out. And that sounds awfully sketchy, dwarf man.
The other two, do you offer any assurances?
I remain completely silent. Also, the pupils I'm imagining in the eyes you see in the white face are black eyes, like a screen, and they have white rings for pupils in them. And when it blinks, they just shut, and you hear like a camera shutter sound, and then it goes. And all you're currently hearing is just every time it blinks, and that's it. And I'm not even moving. It's just like very still, uncomfortably still, mechanically still.
I'd be interested in hearing more about the payment side of this.
Are you interested in financial gain? We would be willing to reward you handsomely for your services.
Is there other treasure to be had in searching for this artifact?
Our influence is great, and our resources are many. I'm sure whatever it is that you seek, we might be able to procure.
I'm at least interested.
Very well. Then I will, at this point, consider you bound to this agreement. So, long ago, there were two blades that were forged of light and darkness. The last they were wielded was in a great battle against a cult that thought to bring back a dark denizen of another reality. These blades were instrumental in turning back the tide, but in the wake of the conflict, they were deemed lost. Many people have sought them and have failed. But we have now been hearing whispers that there may be clues that have come to light on where one or potentially both these blades may be found. We have a vested interest in obtaining them before anyone else, because, as you might be aware, Kuvrik the Conqueror is beginning his slow progress across the land, and it would be devastating if he were to get his hands on one of these weapons, or the potential political upheaval that could happen if one of his detractors were to get hold of one of these weapons. So, I have come to you as capable heroes, not bound to my order, that you might be able to follow the clues, retrieve one or both of these items, so that we may safeguard them and allow the world to take its natural course.
Just out of curiosity, where these blades are suspected of being, are there other artifacts there, or is it just expected to be the blades?
Oh, well, I do not know the actual blades' locations. I only know the locations of the evidence which we believe will lead to them.
I see.
Well, if you want competent, ain't no one more competent than Shockmaw.
Brag. Detected. Logged. Noted.
Is that a bluff?
No, he fully believes it.
All you see when you say that is that I do note out loud that I have logged your claim of competence.
So, if I...
Who be ye who keeps logging and describing things out loud?
Confrontational nature. Logged.
Have you never seen the Primus archetype thumb mechanical tactical individual unit before?
The second you say that, I stand and look at you.
No, I'm from Rockholm. My family worked on one of the first Primus archetype thumb mechanical tactical individual units.
So the expression switches from a stony, like it hasn't really moved, to what would look like shock and or surprise, mixed with like extreme interest. Which serial number?
So your maw looks shocked?
Yeah. Actionable pun detected.
Oh no, that was not in character.
I'm going to keep like an electrical shock prod, and it's like actionable pun. It's going to extend.
But I don't remember which one it was. I was not involved. It's a long story. But
Fortunately, we have a lot of time, and I don't sleep, so you can tell me sometime.
That's not creepy at all.
that works for me.
I love stories.
Aye, so do I.
Yay, so do I.
Especially telling stories.
I try on some behaviors of some of the people around me to see if I like them. So after that, I go, aye, so do I, and decide it's not for me.
Maybe we turn you into a pirate yet.
As you were talking, Nistravess pulls her hands apart, and there is a rolled up piece of parchment, which she holds out and puts on the table, then puts her hands back together and says, "This is a map of the 4 locations that we have been led to believe has actionable information to finding the location of these lost relics. Which you choose to follow is up to you. However, I must warn you that time is of the essence, both because we do not know what can happen if these fall into the wrong hands, but also because we have been led to believe that there are other groups of individuals that are also attempting to follow these same leads."
So is the piece of papers on the table?
Yes.
I'll
And
pick it up.
It's just free, like on the table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick it up. I was okay. We'll say that.
Maps.
I was going to make.
I like these.
And if you want to take a look at it, it is in Roll20 as a handout. You should all have access.
Very cool.
Yeah, provided map.
Oh,
One of y'all's gonna have to tell me how to get there.
so if you go to the top right, there's like a speech bubble, and then there's a thing that looks like a newspaper. Click on that, and you'll see.
Gotcha. Found it.
Where are we on this landmass?
We are. You see that delta?
On the south side
yeah.
of the island, there's the inlet, and then the
Yeah.
delta that kind of frames the tip of the inlet. We're
The
on
top
the
of the
right
inlet.
hand, top right hand side there.
Yeah. Our closest X would be the one in the mountains, directly to the west.
Really? That's the closest?
If the map that I've got pulled up that you gave us is correct, then yeah, that's the closest.
I feel like the closest one would be the one across.
Actually, yeah, we might be equidistant.
Yeah, you should be.
It's close.
You should be
But we
about
might be equidistant
equidistant
to
to
The
3 of them.
northwest one is closer, because if you finish the circle from the northwest one, it's smaller than the circle from the southwest one.
Okay.
Circle's a circle, but yeah.
I mean, they're
No, like
close enough. They're close enough to the same distance away.
And just
But,
like there
yeah.
is one directly south of you as well, on the very edge of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, for full disclosure, I got a U in geography, which is unclassified, so this map talk goes straight over my... I didn't turn up to the exam, I'd had an extra hour in bed. So,
I got a 100% on my U.S. State Capitals quiz.
alright, mate. You're also 7 foot tall and you've got great shoulders. What do you want from me?
This is unfortunately not the U.S.
If anything, it's more like Australia.
Just because you're a better person than me in every way doesn't mean that I'm going to admit that.
She says, "So, while I cannot tell you where to start, I would like to be able to furnish you on your beginnings." And so saying, she produces a bag and puts it on the center of the table and says, "This should assist you with any travel preparations you might need to make, depending on where you decide to start.
Well, peeks in that bag.
I am engrossed in the map right now. Yeah.
As you pour into the bag, you see that it has 150 gold inside of it.
So I have a look at Mr. Vess, and I would like, what can I see? Can I roll like perception to see if I see anything about her at all?
Sure, make a perception
Like,
check.
fine.
What are you trying to actually ascertain?
I don't know. I just want, like, is she a powerful mage? Is she? Because I haven't assigned a role or threat to it yet, and I want to. It's my natural state of being. I don't know what her function is. We've clearly got a fighter, and we have another fighter, and we have a civilian, because Koeli doesn't have a weapon. So I'm assuming she is the person that looked most like her last was one of the cleaners. So I've gone with that in my head. But this person just looks like someone wearing black, and that's not a function.
Okay.
I'm clearly a powerful sorceress because that's my image and function.
Make a perception check.
It's an 18, but the dice was a 19. I'm so perceptive.
You
Put it all in con.
you gather that she is a humanoid, female. You can just barely make out that there's some the barest hint of hair visible within the shadow. So hair cut short or pulled back. You can't tell which.
What kind of color are we talking?
Black.
Jet black hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going off what I have, then I announce potential powerful sorceress, threat level extreme, and then say this unit has only one question to her. I'm going to wait for a response because that's what humans do.
She waits for a long while until she realizes you've kind of hit a dead point and goes, yes.
And while she's waiting, you can just hear the blink sound, and it just gets really awkward, but I don't feel it. You can tell me where the units are. You said you could tell me where the units are.
I said in exchange for your assistance, I would be able to assist you in finding them. Yes.
Can you find number one?
When you complete your task, I will make good on my end of the bargain.
Speaking of bargains, part of ours was a new ship, and it seems to me like a ship would be useful to get into some of these locations.
She pointedly tips her head towards the... Oh, no, wait. The bag of gold is gone, isn't it? Koeli's kind of stuffed it
No,
away.
it's still on the table. I didn't take it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you yoinked it.
I yoinked it close to me, but I didn't, like, stuff it anywhere.
Gotcha. She pointedly looks at the bag of gold and then back at you and says, that is why I have furnished you the means to acquire passage if you need it.
Koeli looks very sad.
This unit accepts the terms, and then I turn super pointedly gracefully and walk towards the door, leave the door very gracefully. As I leave the door, the heels fold in, and then I just stand outside very still.
Like still silhouetted in the doorway, or do you like move to the side?
Like about half a meter outside of the door, so the door has room to swing, and I just stand very still because I didn't actually have a plan beyond that point, so I'm just gonna think.
Okay.
I love these, like, robot heels. Like, what?
Yeah, I know. I had that idea on the spot, and I'm really into it. So that is socializing mode.
I look to the dwarf man, You say you've worked with these things before?
Not with these people or these artifacts in particular, but I I'm I myself am a relic hunter of sorts.
Are they also uptight?
So are you doing this at the table?
Often, yes.
Shockmaw, are you doing this at the table?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And would be your name?
Yeah, I'm
Since you
Alexei
do work in together.
Petrievich Medvedev. You are Shockmaw, yes?
Hi. First mate Shockmaw the Dreadful. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Yet. Cannot say that I have.
Maybe you've heard of the Kraken Slayer.
Yet, can't say that I have.
Well, that was fairly recently. The tale just reached this city just before I did, so maybe you haven't quite heard of that one yet.
And
While you're
I can't
conversing, Mistress stands up and begins to make her exit.
How do we contact you once we get... Hold on, you. How do we contact you once we have these artifacts?
She stops and turns and says, "We will be watching."
You're one of those, are ya?
She then turns, walks towards the door, opens the door, stops briefly, seeing Unit 32 standing in the way.
Also, yeah, the door opens inward. I kicked it in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It opens inward now, for sure.
Unless it's one of those cool...
But,
Doors.
but still, regardless, it's a case of opening the door and just seeing this person just kind of standing 2 or 3 steps out from the door, pauses a moment, then makes their way around and disappears into the town.
I've got to say, I'm loving Warforged. You can just be really weird, and it makes sense. It's great.
Having seen that, why don't, Unit 32 is still standing there. Hey, get in here. We need to talk.
Do I even hear that?
Yeah, oh, I'm yelling it.
If he's yelling
Alright,
it,
okay.
yeah, you can hear it.
Okay.
I'm just not yelling it in person because other people in the
Okay.
house.
Alright, okay. So, I'll spin round. You notice again the posture shift as the heels come back up and walk back into the room. Yeah. And, I'll be like, yes?
We need to come up with a plan. Where are we going?
I mean-
So, again, all you hear is blinking and like a low hum of like what sounds like gears turning and clockwork.
The discs are wearing up.
It's just like a low hum. I'm also imagining I'm just kind of stood close to the doorway and I've just stopped moving because I can hear you and talk to you. So, like,
Please,
people
come.
are like moving around. They're
Have a
just, like,
seat.
awkwardly moving around me.
Primus Archetype, Thumb Mechanical Tactical Individual Unit 32. Please, come have a seat.
Very well. And move straight up into me. Also, I'm imagining the voice it's speaking with is quite low and mechanical, not like effeminate or affected at all. It's like the raw, unaffected voice. So you've got a super beautiful carving talking with a quite deep mechanical voice.
We have a Dr. Girlfriend moment going on.
Yes.
But at this point, it looks like we have a few options. In the southwest, we have King's Rest. To the northwest, Sandalvar, the Isle of Diamonds in the north, and the Glacial Isle in the south. Of these, I am most familiar with King's Rest, but Sandalvar seems to be the closest.
Well, sheer logic dictates that the closest place is the most expedient to start with.
I agree.
While you're talking, the innkeeper comes over and says, "Hey, can I get you anything? Is there food, drink, anything you'd like while you're here at the Mermaid song?"
I look at everyone else before I say
Do we-
anything.
Do we
Lunch
want
would
to be
lovely,
spending?
thank you.
Do we want to be spending the night, or are we heading out immediately?
I think first we should figure out what we are doing, and it is best not to do that on an empty stomach.
I like the way you think, Alexei. What do we call you? Primus archetype. What have ye?
It was a respectful attempt at a unit's full designation. I will not be adopting that as a new one, but I call myself 32. So did the Thumb Mechanics. So did the Army. This unit has little preference for the name assigned to it, merely that it is given a function.
We can work with 32 for now, but I don't like referring to ye as a number. Makes you feel disposable.
There were only 40 of us made. This unit is far from disposable.
Aye, then you shouldn't be referred to as a number or a unit. You should have a proper name.
Before we go too far, sir, 4,
Dude, watching this is great.
3 lunches, please. It's,
Are you interested in the
Why not 4?
Are you interested in the whitefish, the capon, or the shellfish? Because I gotta say that whitefish is pretty fresh, but the capon has a real bam of flavor.
maybe keep on for me. please.
I'll take the whitefish.
Hey, you want the whitefish? Yeah? Excellent. Good job.
Well, we'll go with capon.
Okay.
I prefer it fresh.
And clear liquor, please.
I'll have another ale.
Well, we're still drinking her berry wine from earlier.
Shockmaw says as he drains whatever is left in in the first one.
What is the chef's designation?
My name is Ceres Aelgalem.
This unit finds it a pleasure, sincerely, to meet one's acquaintance.
And you as well, ma'am?
That will do. For now.
He heads on back.
Okay, so now that is settled, the other potential option that we have is to make a bit of a circuit. We could start at the Glacial Isle, swing around to King's Rest, up to Sandovar, and then Isle of Diamonds in the north.
Well, it appears that everything other than Sandovar is reachable by sea. Do we want to start in Sandovar and then charter the rest of the way?
That could work as well.
Alexei, you also said that you were most familiar with King's Rest, is that correct?
Yes, I am from Rockham, which you may or may not know is just a bit to the north of King's Rest.
Perhaps
In
we
fact-
could start with somewhere one of us is familiar with to make the searching a little easier.
Potentially, that could also work.
32, what are your thoughts on it? Still
Um,
don't like that name.
So, given during the whole thing, do I have a map with me? Is it? Oh, we have a map. You've got the map, don't you?
I've spread it out on the table at this point, as well as a map with actual names on it.
Okay. So everyone sees. So the eyes that are white rings. You see that when you look closer, they've become spinning clock hands.
Oh no, the beach ball of death.
Well, this is important because this is Clockwork Soul. This is the manifestation of that magic. The piece of paper gets lifted up by a mechanical hand and moves towards it and just hangs in the air. That's Mage Hand. And I'm just sat there looking at it, and after what seems like maybe it feels like 5 minutes, but it's probably like 30 seconds, the paper goes back down on the table, and it simply says, I think the closest one is a good place to start. I mean, I could just walk there, but you would need to sleep. So I'll leave it up to you to see what your preferred method of transport is. I'm still getting used to the idea that the mortals need a slower pace than the mechanical.
Yes. I think it would probably be best to go to Sandalvar, if only because that and the Isle of Diamonds are the closest to the Iron Crown, and if they're the additional ones searching for this, the likely places that they will start are the nearest to them. So,
Aye, and it's also on a lake. We can charter a ship from there and work our way around.
it's likely we can go to Telos and take a boat across the lake.
I agree with this plan.
At this point, your food arrives. It smells
Fantastic.
delicious. He looks very excited and goes, I hope you all enjoy it. It's very well prepared. I worked very hard on this.
Aye, thank you. I do enjoy me some seafood.
Well, it's our specialty here.
Koeli dives in, beak first.
I will use utensils personally.
I use utensils, but they are large, very large, just bites. Like a third of the fish, just.
What
So,
what
I
wonderful
see that.
approaches.
Oh yeah, I
Also,
don't think I said this when we introduced our characters. I am a dragonborn, so I have them all.
when Koeli is finished with her plate, she is gonna try and pick off of her companion's plates.
So I'm going to pointedly, while you're doing this, look and go, why does this one, pointing at Koeli, use its face, and this one, pointing at the dwarf, not use its face?
You know in cartoons when they're eating, like, I don't know, shrimp or something, and they, like, slurp them? That's what Koeli does, just like...
Would you like the biological answer or the cultural answer?
Oh,
The biological answer is she has a beak, and I do not. It is much harder for me to grasp external food with my mouth than it is for her with the beak.
hindsight being
Culturally,
2020, that answer should have been obvious to me, and I'm a little upset with myself.
culturally, it is probably just not what she does. It's,
What does the bird have to say about this? I don't know your name yet.
like slurping another, like, you know, shrimpy bit, you know, a la cartoons. Koeli! She extends her feathered hand.
Okay, I shake your feathered hand. Very, very daintily, like as if it would be a behavior that she'd picked up from someone. Yeah, extremely gracefully and daintily for a half-ton war machine.
I look down. Limp fish.
Koeli takes her other feathered hand and kind of like swats him.
Hey, what? When one shakes a hand, one must grip the hand firmly, not to break the hand.
I was going to say, what's your strength? Because we can do a handshake, but
Let's go. You know,
this thing's strong for for a mage.
I'm strong for a rogue.
Yeah, you are.
Here, this is how you shake a hand.
Okay, I grab
I
his
reached
hand.
out. Nice firm grip.
And what is this?
Are you limp fishing me again?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because I'm a sorceress. This is what sorceresses do.
I start. This is how you shake a hand.
For your function,
Firm.
I don't see your dress and breasts denoting the role of sorceress.
Open up my shirt just a little bit. You want to see some chest, huh?
I'm gonna start processing all of this, and there's just gonna be some mild humming in the back of the unit's head. It's gonna
Oh
start
no,
thinking closely.
I think I broke it.
It's going to start thinking and return to looking straight ahead at the wall, very still.
Ooh. Did I break her?
I don't think so. The Primus archetype thumb mechanical tactical individual units are very hard to break. They were designed to be engines of war.
Hmm. This one doesn't seem very warlike.
I don't suppose there would be many handshakes on the battlefield, so it could be a design flaw.
Hmm. Anyway,
This
do we
one
head out? Are we leaving for Sandalvard? Sorry, what was that, Sam?
So this unit doesn't seem very warlike because it's had nothing to kill yet.
Just a question for Andrew. Do I know about how far time-wise Sandalvar would be from here?
Let's take a look for the actual scale here. Oop, that was on the wrong screen. Totally blocked out someone's face for a couple seconds there.
The map I have doesn't have a scale on it, so.
I'm aware.
Okay.
So let's see. From where you are, it's about 180 miles, maybe closer to 200. From,
Is that as the crow flies, or?
well, I mean, miles is miles.
Well, the map that you gave us has roads.
And there's also a lake
Yeah,
in the way if we were to go straight.
So yes, that is if you were to follow a straight line, it is about 180 to 200 miles. Is a direct line from point A to point B.
Is there a town nearby, did you say, from the pub?
I mean, you're in a town.
Okay, yeah, so, but I mean, by the town, as in, so I phrased that like an idiot. I'm aware of that, and I would like to, apologize to everyone. What I meant by is there a town nearby is, there is the town structure nearby us. As in, we're in the town. I can just walk out and go find
you're
it's a decent-sized town.
Yep.
Okay, well, so this is an out-of-character suggestion. There should be some kind of transport place where we can arrange, a cart or the rental of horses. I wouldn't be very good with the horse. I've just thought about the physics of that. But
Yeah,
I'm sure we can hand-wave something for that, because I can't sit on a horse. I'll kill
Cart.
shit.
Cart is
I
the way.
was going to suggest we get a cart or something, yeah. She
Yeah.
gave us plenty to hire like a carriage.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yes. At the very least, we should probably get passage from here to Helden Hall, and then from there we might further assess methods of transport to get all the way to Sandalvar, but held both as the crow flies and if we are taking major roads, so that seems to be the first stop.
This unit agrees with the dwarf's logic and finds it to be reasonable.
Excellent.
Oh,
Please Call me
I'm
Alexei.
dumb. When I was looking at the map earlier, I was looking at the not Letitia. That's why I thought they were equidistant.
That'd do it.
Yep.
I looked at the map and went, that's a map, and then put it away, so it's all good.
I agree with that. What time is it? How long have we spent in this tavern? Like hour, two?
All told, conversation, food. Yeah, you're probably been there about a bit over an hour.
Early afternoon.
Just about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get this show on the road if you guys are.
Sounds good to
Sorry.
me.
So I think if we hire a carriage, we can get to Heldon Hall before sundown. Actually, sorry. Let me confirm this with Andrew. If we were to hire a carriage, would we be able to reach Heldon Hall before sundown?
No, because that's still gonna be
That's probably 70, 80 miles, if
Yeah.
my eyeballing is correct.
yeah. So you're looking at like two days, possibly 3, depending on how quick of a pace you keep.
Okay, so looking at the bag of gold in front of Koeli,
And that's by horse.
32 suddenly points at that and says, provisioning would be wise. We will be traveling. You may wish to buy rations. Oh, also, because I'm carrying them for some reason, you see it reach into a bag and dump 10 rations on the table because I don't need them, nor should I be carrying them, but I have them. And I'm going to get rid of those from my bag so you guys can have them.
Okay, I will hold on to these for you if you would like.
I have no need of them.
Do ye not eat?
Correct.
You're a strange one, aren't you?
I was built this way.
Alright, so let's get going. Yes, I will settle up the tab and meet you all outside.
I'll pitch in. I toss a gold on the table. No idea how much the tab is, but I'm tossing a gold on the table.
Okay, I will.
Koeli picks up the big bag of gold and starts moving outside.
Yeah. I will pick up the gold that Shockmaw tossed onto the table and approach the gentleman who sold us the food and booze.
Was everything satisfactory?
Absolutely, it was fantastic. How much do we owe you for the table?
Oh, the tab is covered.
Excellent, thank you so much. The food was lovely. If I'm ever back in Letitia, I will be back here.
Please tell everyone about the Mermaid song.
Of course.
On the way out the door, I ring the bell that says "Ring here if you enjoyed the food." Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
He said tell everyone about the Mermaid song, so I turn to the first patron nearest to me and say, have you heard about the Mermaid song? It comes highly recommended by those that eat.
So are you doing that while you're still in the tavern or after you have left?
Literally the first person he said tell everyone.
Okay. The first person you go to, the moment you lean in to talk to him, the guy registers your face and promptly recoils from this odd face coming at him. And as you proceed to mention, he goes, "Yeah, I know. I'm in it."
The proprietor wished it to be known by everyone. I am merely fulfilling his request.
That's enough, Prima. Come. We'll meet back outside.
Very good.
Real quick, how much gold was in that pouch forgot to make a note of the exact amount.
Does Koeli remember since she's hoarding it?
150?
150. She is accurately hoarding.
The best kind of hoarding. But yeah, I'd like to see if there's some sort of transport company nearby, and I'm happy to ask passersby if there
You're-
are still any.
You're able to track down a establishment that you believe would be able to assist. I assume you're looking for land-based travel.
Yes, land-based travel.
Yep, you are able to find a location that looks like it would suit your needs. They ask, are you just looking for mounts? Do you need carts, carriages? What can I help you with?
We're looking for transport to Helden Hall, preferably a cart or carriage, something like that. Some of our companions are a bit heavy for horses.
Gotcha. I've got a cart I can sell you. That'll run you 15 gold. As for pulling it, horses are going about 50 gold apiece, but I can get you a donkey for only 8 gold apiece.
While he is trying to get a hold of some transportation, Shockmaw is going to go hunt down some more rations,
Okay.
some trail food.
Give me a moment to confer with my companions, and I will be back with you very shortly.
All right. Hope to see you back.
I hope I will be back.
Am I with him when we do this?
I don't know. Who did you go with?
I don't know what the options were.
Well,
I'm gonna
he went to
follow whatever.
Alexei went to
I'm gonna follow whatever
transportation.
Koeli does because I don't know what she does, and I want to find out her function.
Well,
So I'm just gonna shadow her.
she didn't specify where
So
she
I
went
have the
either.
bag of coin. I'm going with Alexei to find transportation.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm there then. As he finishes, I say, "This unit has a question for the proprietor.
Yes.
Have you heard of the Mermaid song? It comes highly recommended by all those who eat and/or breathe."
And or
I have indeed heard of the Mermaid song. I see he is going off of a much more aggressive advertising campaign. Good for him.
oh man, he just made so much.
Yeah, wait till the first combat. That's all I'm saying.
Pretty much, if I may, until we get out of Letitia, you may wish to hold off on telling people, because I do believe that everyone in town already knows about the Mermaid song.
He explicitly stated everybody, and I take people at their word.
No, I understand why you're doing this.
I can follow.
Upon his repetition, it's like you'd fit in great with some of the Aarakocra.
The Aarakocra, I would like to meet them someday.
I mean,
But,
you just did.
Before we occupy this gentleman's establishment for too long, what do we think? The donkeys or the horses?
Horses.
Why do we think this?
Horses are the superior breed.
Sturdy. Also, this one's cheaper. Also, they're smaller if I need to pick them up.
Horses are more muscular.
Not there. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Can't
You're not
put
there.
anything in.
This unit votes for horses.
Probably stands by donkey.
Yeah. I'm a bit torn, but spending the vast majority of the money that we have on this single first purchase does not sit well with me, considering we have potentially 4 locations to enter. And
Lacking an accurate understanding of monetary value, I explicitly fail to understand and just look very confused.
But yes, sir. Fantastic. We will take the cart and 2 donkeys to pull the cart. Yes.
All right, so that's 4 donkeys total and 1 cart.
It takes 4 donkeys to pull the cart.
Well, no, you said 2 donkeys to pull the cart and 2 donkeys, so that's 4
No,
donkeys
no.
and a cart.
No,
No, he said 2 donkeys and a cart.
I said the cart and the 2 donkeys to pull the cart.
Ah, okay. It sounded like you said 2 donkeys and 2 donkeys to pull the cart. Gotcha.
My apologies. It is my dwarven accent. And some people have hard time understanding it.
2 donkeys for the cart, 2 donkeys for the banter. There we go. Let's see.
So that will bring your total to 31 gold.
You hear Shockmaw from outside. Sounds like we already got 2 donkeys.
Except he's not outside, so no one hears
Nope, you
that.
don't.
Koeli, if you would please pay the man.
Koeli pulls out the 31 and pays.
Okay. He takes you outside and leads you around to the back, where there's kind of a collection of animals and some carts and carriages kind of stashed away in like a little warehouse type structure. He wheels out the cart and 2 donkeys. Says, "Here you go. This is Belle and this is Whisper."
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
As we're getting the donkeys, and I assume, hitch them to the cart, if there are any, flies, mosquitoes, whatever that fly by Koeli's face, she's gonna bite them out of the air.
Okay, there are. Due to the weather, there's not so many, but due to the environment, you're able to spot one, which you snatch out. Actually, give me a dexterity check. Let's see if you actually catch it.
Dirty 20.
Snap! That is 1 dead bug. Alright, meanwhile, Shockmaw, you have made your way looking for rations, which has led you to this, that, and the other thing.
I walk in. Shockmaw walks in.
Okay, inside you see it's a rather large building, shelves running down in aisles, things kind of hanging on the wall. Seems to be...
Sorry, I did misspeak. Shockmaw again kicks in the door, attempting to time it with another clap of thunder. I'll go ahead and roll that.
Sure.
That's an 8.
You hear thunder and go, "Got it!" and the clap has passed by the time you slam your foot into the door. So you hear crack, then the door goes wham, open. The shop owner jumps up and goes, "What the heck are you doing?"
I was trying to make an entrance. Did it work?
I mean, you made an entrance. What can I help you with?
I'd be looking for some rations.
Oh, I can assist you with that. How much you looking? What kind of journey are you looking to make?
Hold on. Pull up the map real quick again so I don't fuff up the names. We be going to Sandalvar by way of Heldenhall.
Ah, okay. How many is we?
Oh, sorry. There be 4 of us. 3 of us? 4 of us. One of us is a light eater, so we can probably get away with 3.
I don't know if it's common knowledge. I don't eat, breathe, or sleep. or drink?
We've
So,
already
like,
covered. I don't know this.
Okay, okay.
Alexei had to explain it to me,
Got you.
and it still kind of takes a second to sink in. Shockmaw is not the brightest bulb in the pack.
This is all right. Rations for 3 people to cover that journey. I'd say that'll run you about a gold.
I'll go. And is this just to Helden Hall, or all the way to Sandovar?
That should get you all the way to Sandalvar.
How much just to get us to Helden Hall?
I mean, I guess you get by with 5 silver worth.
How much of a discount would I get if I started advertising your store? I am, after all, First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
15. Oh, well, I mean, if you've got some pull, it'd be nice to drum up some more business. All right, how about call 3 silver for the rations.
And what was the store called? This, that, and the other things?
This, that, and the other thing.
And how much did he say? 2 silver?
3.
Or 3 silver?
3 silver for a ration.
You know what? I think you got yourself a deal. I give him a firm handshake.
He tries to return it, but he is not that strong.
You need to work on your handshake. Not the worst I've had today, but do some lifting. It'll really help you with your grip strength.
I take.
Maybe some ropes.
I
to
am
help you
half.
out there.
I am half a ton of very offended, dainty war machine. I'll have you know.
You would be if you heard it.
All right, you guys have your rations and your cart and donkeys.
By the way, Tim, did you give me that gold back or no?
No.
Okay.
We went in different directions.
Fair.
All right, where to now, folks?
I will quickly try and find or ask a guard if there is a shop that sells magic or a magician in town that sells magic.
They say, I don't know they're going to find much magic here. Your best chance would be in this, that, and the other thing. That guy collects all manner of weird things. It's your best bet, but wouldn't keep your hopes too high.
Where is this, that, and the other thing?
He gives you directions.
Okay, I move there.
Okay. You make your way in.
Okay.
The shopkeeper is currently putting things back on the wall near the front door.
Okay. Okay. Why are you arranging things on the floor in the shop?
Someone came in and kicked in my door. You know, people.
That's a very odd coincidence. That happened to me earlier today. Allow me to help you. And I try and pick them up, but don't know where they go. So I just stand still with the item in my hand until they take it from me.
He takes it from you and puts it back on the shelf.
So, just wondering, would we have ran into each other on the way through?
No. This would have happened a little bit afterwards.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look at him and go, do you have magic here?
I have some simple trinkets. I'm no powerful wizard or anything. I wish I could find more exotic fare, might bring in more of the adventurer types.
I say, and I put my arms out in front, and you see the clockwork happen in the eyes, and the casings on the arms of the unit split and like hover as if held by like magnetic fields, and inside there's like these really delicate crystalline matrices that are all glowing different colors, and simply says, "This unit has a lot of exotic hardware," and then they snap shut.
You do indeed. I presume then you're interested in what I might have.
Of course, please show me.
Uh, Very well. He leads you in, and he pulls out what looks like a horn.
Okay, and I'm going to say, a horn, purpose unknown.
Why, this is a horn of silent alarm. When you blow it, only the person you want to hear it can hear it.
Consider me intrigued. How much would you like for this?
I'm gonna let this go for 70 gold.
Okay, so I grab my coin purse and look into it and go, "This unit has a mere 15," and turns around and starts to walk towards it.
The man looks confused but doesn't stop you.
Yeah, and then I'll go find the group.
I would like to pick up all the requisite feed for the donkeys for this trip as well.
Okay.
Um,
That shouldn't run you too much. Feed for the trip will run you. I assume you're going for the bare minimum feed. You're not looking for anything super fancy.
No, nothing fancy. It's utilitarian.
So that's going to be for the 2 donkeys. That's a silver a day. So how many days are you trying to get?
I'll put down a gold for, and
Okay.
that'll be 10 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have 10 days of feed.
And there, Shockmaw, you have contributed to the party. Because I'm using that gold.
Alright.
So on that note, are you folks headed out of town?
Where are we meeting up? Because we do have to meet up, and
I will go back to where we purchased the donkeys and stand there until everyone arrives, if we're waiting for people.
Odds are Alexei's still there since he's trying to prep the donkeys and getting feed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll help him then if he needs it.
Koeli is also there.
Not particularly, just loading the feed into the cart and
alright, I'm attempting to find them. I guess I originally went back to the Mermaid song, but after a while, when they didn't show up, I went and started looking for a transportation service. I guess somewhere to buy some horses or donkeys or something.
Okay. People would eventually directed you to the same establishment.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't go with trying to find the bird person or the oddly metallic person. They would have also been good people to pick out, but
That is fair. But I knew what they were looking for, so you know.
Has anyone seen that robot that would be really hot if it wasn't weird?
That strangely sexy robot.
Yeah. A robot where if you squint, it's pretty. It is the name of my next band.
All right.
if you squint hard enough.
Yeah.
You have your cart all loaded up.
I get into the car.
Okay, there's a pronounced creak and groan as you get in.
About this time, Shockmaw walks up. I got us some food to go to. What was the name of the place? Hilden Keep.
All right.
I figure if we want to keep going from there, we can get more food there.
That should work. It's a pretty big city. But yes, I'm fine to head out now, if everyone else is.
Koeli hovers above the ground.
What
Let's go.
what time of day is it?
It's about late afternoon, early evening at this point, with your travels around the city and preparations. So we're probably looking closer to like 4 or 5 in the evening.
Yeah, between that and the storm, given the time, maybe it would be better to stay the night and set out in the morning.
I agree. Storms are nasty business.
Ground with a huff.
It's not yet time to gather our party and venture forth.
That was a
Well,
solid
the party
reference.
already be gathered.
Yes, but we have not ventured forth.
I really enjoy that reference.
But back to the Mermaid song, yes, for
I
You've been
I liked the fish there.
All
it
right,
was good.
you guys make your way back.
Back to the Mermaid song.
Back to the Mermaid song.
If I meet anyone on the way, I ask them if they've heard of the Mermaid song, because it is the favoured destination to eat if you breathe, sleep, and/or eat.
Eat.
All right. During your travel, you inform 3 people of that. They all seem equally bewildered at you stopping them to inform them of this information, but all very appeasingly kind of nod and go, "All right, thanks."
Hopefully one of them's outside the place, directly
You need to
outside.
tell
Maybe even walking in to the place, they get a
you
tap
need to
on the
tell the
shoulder.
owner or the cook, someone who works there.
Yeah, I want to tell the bar staff, if it's not the guy, if it's not the owner, if they ever serve me, I'm going to inform them that this is the best place to eat in town. Everyone loves it.
You return to the Mermaid Song. You see that the patrons have kind of shifted as the day has gone on, but it is still very busy.
I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm assuming there's a little bit of time till lights out, so I'm going to start telling tales of First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful and his exploits of daring do.
Okay.
Koeli's gonna help with telling said tales.
Oh, okay. Make a performance check with advantage since you have assistance.
All right. That is a 22.
You are telling one amazing tale. People are riveted to the.
I'm telling of Shockmaw's killing of the Kraken
Gotcha.
over by Feet.
The
People
way
are.
Koeli is helping is that, like, as he says a sentence, she'll, like, repeat, like, the last 2 or 3 words of that sentence. And also, like, using her feathers to cast, like, shadow puppets on the wall to, like,
yes,
play
I
out
like
the
it.
story.
At this point, all of the patrons are basically gathered around trying to listen to the tale of Shockmaw and the Kraken with the shadow play.
Gather round, all ye who wish to hear the tale of First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful, and how he slayed the dread beast Kraken.
The
Even,
Red Kraken!
even the musicians stop playing their song and start just playing like musical beats to your story. It's like, oh, and then there it was. Ba-da-da!
Papa.
While this is going on, I would like to speak to the owner about renting some rooms for the evening.
Is this up? Certainly, certainly. How many rooms were you looking to get, sir?
How many beds are in each room?
Most rooms have only the one bed.
Alright. I believe 3.
Okay. I'm just curious who you're not buying a room for.
Well, I don't know if you have heard, sir, but Warforged, they do not need to breathe, eat, or sleep. It word has been getting around town. But yes, our large companion there, she is
Understood.
not in need of a bed.
At least not for sleeping.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I can 100% tell you there are 0 parts. It is Ken
Technically,
Dawson.
there are many parts, just maybe not those.
Okay. That's
Yeah, yeah.
So he says that will be 9 copper then for the night.
All right, fantastic. We'll pay the man and obtain the rooms.
Okay. He hands over 3 brass keys and motions that there will be the stairs upstairs. You should be able to find them. The keys have identifiers that match the doors.
Excellent. I will stand over kind of at the edge of the crowd that I assume has gathered around First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful and Koeli, waiting to give them their respective keys.
Okay. You eventually wrap up the apparently riveting and awe-inspiring tale of Shockmaw and the Kraken. There's a resounding applause.
I clap very, very daintily from inside the crowd.
Thank you, thank you. Now be sure to spread this tale far and wide.
Always the sign of the truth when you have to tell people to share the story. Tell everyone. Tell your friends this happened.
So, friends,
A tale such as this
100%
surely...
happened exactly like this.
Yeah.
Make sure you mention it's not bullshit. And stress that bit the most.
So,
I mean, he did kill something that was Kraken-esque.
Alexei then shares the keys with each of you, pointedly not giving one to Unit 32.
Why be there only 3 keys?
Well, it's quite simple.
Wait, don't tell me she doesn't sleep either.
I will not tell you that, but it would be correct. Additionally, it might be prudent to have someone stay with the cart, and given that Prima here does not need to sleep, she may do best at that.
We do have quite a bit of food on the cart.
On hearing that, the unit nods, and I walk straight to the cart and do enter my Sentinel's rest mode. So
Okay.
I will now just be stood there, still motionless, appearing completely deactivated.
Okay.
That's gonna take some getting used to.
Do the
It
rest.
is a bit odd. Excuse me, sir. Should we move our cart somewhere out from in front of your establishment?
I mean, I'm assuming that this has happened at some point during the tale.
Yeah, you guys would have had plenty of time to move the
Okay.
cart somewhere safe. The tale was not a, by the way, I killed a Kraken, tell everyone. There was significant embellishments.
Significant embellishments.
So the rest of you
I had a
retiring?
Koeli and everything.
Yeah.
Are the rest of you retiring for the evening?
I will.
Yes.
Okay. You enjoy the benefits of a long rest, which seems to pass without any incident. The next morning,
Koeli, of course, bundles the covers on the bed like a nest.
the following morning, the poor weather has passed, and it is a new day, bright and early morning, as each of you rouses from your room, and Unit 32 finds herself still by the cart.
Yeah. So, as the morning comes, just the white rings appear in the eyes at some point when I decide it's time to wake up, and then when the party finally gets to me after food and everything, you'll just find it detailing itself all down the white metal, like the white lacquered metal, like gold inlay of like snakes and clockwork signs, and it's just buffing itself and making itself look as pretty as it can.
It's doing what to itself now? It's buffing itself?
Yes, yeah, it's buffing itself. If I was English, that wouldn't have sounded as bad, would it? Oh well. I was giving it a right good buffing.
Yeah.
Right, sorry. Continue.
Alright.
That's why this I am literally the reason this stream is marked for adults. Sorry. Continue.
If only that wasn't true.
It's probably good for my sake as well. Just... It's not necessary yet, but words slip out sometimes.
Tim, are you about to start taking your shirt? Okay, that kind of, okay.
No, not... I'm not going to violate the Twitch terms of service here. Just...
But, alright, so, anything you guys wish to do in town before it is time for you to depart for the day?
Nothing for me.
Negative.
No, I kind of want to ask that guy if he's decided he'll sell the horn for less than 75 gold, but I'm not gonna.
Alright. Then, after you partake of your morning meal, and you ready up your cart, are all of you in the cart, or is any of you walking, or...
I am fine.
Okay.
I'll be in the cart.
I'm in the cart. I'm the slowest one here.
I look at the cart with two people in and all the stuff, and look at myself, and then announce structural integrity probably compromised. I shall walk alongside the vehicle, and then walk with no heels on, but like you notice that it's placing its feet directly in front of one another, like perfectly, like extremely gracefully.
Sachet.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying not to use that word, but it's definitely sachet.
Well, for reference, you're probably gonna have to jog, unless you're gonna make the donkeys walk slow.
A jogging
Okay.
sachet.
Well, you
A
know
sachet.
what then? You know what then? Given that I've seen this once before, I pick up the pace to match it, and I pick up the front of my robe so as not to dirty it, and I hold it up, and I run in an extremely dignified and classy manner.
You are,
It is still incredibly graceful, despite the fact I weigh half a ton.
you're hoisting your skirts to
Yes.
run. Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
Cinderella runs from the ball.
Yeah.
I'm just like envisioning the sachet, but like in double time. So whereas before it was foot, now it's like foot, with that same.
It's a Disney princess run, except with like cannons in its arms, which I find entertaining.
Say if it's a sachet,
And
go
honestly,
this.
probably cannon sounds throughout the forest.
Gracefully running.
Say, and if it's a sachet at high speed, the hips are just going.
Yeah. It's like also there's like the sound of pistons and
What a group. Okay.
What in your cup?
yeah.
All right.
I love
So,
this character.
you guys can.
I kind of look towards Alexei as Unit 32 takes off. Well, I don't think we'll be taking the stealthy route anytime soon. Also, I think she called us fat.
That is just as well with me. I'm not particularly stealthy myself. I mean, between the two of us, these cards, it makes some sense.
Do I
What
hear him
kind of
say
armor
that,
are you
like,
wearing?
Chainmail.
Oh, okay.
So not like full plate or anything, but
Hefty
Do
enough.
I hear him say that I called him fat?
Make a perception
Okay.
check.
Okay. Hold on, perception. Boom. Oh, it's got a. It's a 9 on the dice, which comes to a mighty 8. So.
You don't hear him then.
Wonderful. I just jog on in complete bliss.
I will say I'm not trying to hide it at all, but she is making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I imagine that the piston sounds drowned it out.
All right. So, as you are on your trek along the road, enjoying the pleasant countryside view as you're following the mostly well-maintained road, passing the various trees, and you can still see the coastline off to the west. You see a sort of mild ravine up ahead of some hills rising that the road passes in between, and as you get closer and see where it rounds the bend, as you begin to see farther in, you see there are a small series of men kind of standing there, and as soon as they see you, one of them kind of turns and waves and starts to walk towards you all.
I'm
What
just
do they
wondering,
look like?
what do these men look like? Yeah.
They're going to be wearing basic clothes. Looks like leathers, rather regular clothes. The guy walking towards you seems to have both a sword and a crossbow.
How, like, so he's wearing light armor and a sword and a crossbow. Is he carrying any kind of markings of a heraldry?
He is not
Any
wearing
insignia?
any heraldry.
Okay, so all you hear at kind of mid-level is armed human, lightly armored, threat level, medium.
I will slow the cart.
I think these might be bandits. Stay on your guard. Actually, hold on. Being a pirate, would I recognize any sort of ill intent?
There does not seem to be any explicit ill intent from their particular actions. The
Okay.
person appears to be quite friendly. He is
Okay.
waving and walking towards you.
Maybe.
How many people are there?
You see 5 people.
Good morning. Can we help you?
He gets closer and is like, "Yes, I think you can, friends, because you're traveling this here road, and roads aren't cheap."
Andrew,
Yes.
I wish to make it very known that I start to equip a staff that emerges out of a hole in my shoulder. It pokes out, floats around. It's a big ornate gold staff with like a Tesla coil on the top.
Okay.
I very obviously move my hand to my cutlass. And on whose authority are ye taxing us?
Like, oh, why, the authority of the highest king of the land, of course.
And that be?
At which point the man just says, "Okay, 1 gold, or we take your money."
Well, he starts
I-
flying over them.
I look at Alexei. Your call.
You notice that the Warforged has already started humming and is gearing up to fight, and looks very much like it's about to start casting spells.
Sorry. How many did you say that we saw again?
You see 5.
And they all have bows on them, or
There's only one close enough to actually make out what he's carrying.
and that's the guy that's talking to us.
Yep.
Do they have any sort of vehicle with them? A cart?
They do
Yeah.
not seem to have a vehicle, but they are in your way.
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate that roads are expensive. That is why we pay into the taxes in town, not on the roads themselves. So, if you think you can take the gold, you're more than welcome to try. But at this point, I will hop down off the cart.
Yep. He just shouts, "We got a filcher, boys!" And everyone can roll initiative.
That's a 20 for me. Yay!
Nat or dirty?
Dirty.
Oof.
7 from me.
I got an 8.
Yeah. And all right, you guys need that. Do 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 do. There we go. Okay. So, what were those initiatives? Unit 32.
20.
Alexei.
7.
Shockmaw.
8.
Koeli.
7.
Some amazing numbers.
Oh yeah.
Just save them for the attack rolls.
And a... Okay. So we're kicking off with Unit 32.
Okay. Which one's me? My model? Sorry.
You are this one.
Okay, cool. So how far away are these folks?
Are you able to control it?
Is this the lead dude?
The one who's different.
This guy here.
Oh, well, the dude in front is the dude who's talking to you.
Okay, great. So can I make a perception? Oh, it's gonna be shit. Can I make a perception check to see if? No, I'm not even gonna bother. I don't have perception. We're just gonna shoot him. So what happens is, as soon as he says we have a filter, boys, the voice of the Warforge gets very distorted. The clockwork signs glow red in its eyes. It raises the staff. It sinks into the floor. You see, like the Tesla coil has a crystal in it, which glows red. It raises one hand and it shoots a firebolt straight out of it. Oh, but first, sorry, it casts True Strike onto the guy here. Then it uses a meta magic point to rapid spell firebolt straight out of it.
Something that I actually discovered today is that your True Strike will not apply to that, because True Strike specifically says the next round.
Alright, well I don't do that then. I'll just firebolt him. But the words that come out of it are simply trespasser detected, annihilation protocol engaged.
Okay. Make your attack
Gets
roll.
a 17
That will hit.
for 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move, like, yeah.
A
Am I-
bolt of
am I-
fire shoots out and hits it. Yeah, you should be able to move your person.
Okay, no, I just moved backwards on it.
Unlike last time, you guys should all have control of your own pieces this time.
Yes.
Where are the
You might need to zoom out. They're in the
Upper right-hand corner of the map.
Oh wow, okay.
uh,
A big zoom.
Yeah.
all right. That brings us to this turn. You see guy in the back draws a blade and dagger and makes his way up along the edge. And that will be it for him. And that will bring us to First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful.
All right. I'm going to draw my cutlass and my dagger. Stand up from the seat that I'm sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on the cart. Yell. Just be warned, ye be facing First Mate Shockmaw the Dreadful, Slayer of Leviathan and the Kraken. And then I'm going to move up and attack the guy who was
Fireballs.
trying to rob us.
His clothes are already smoldering.
So this is with the cutlass. 19.
That will hit.
And I get sneak attack due to swashbuckling stuff. Ooh, too bad the rolls are absolutely shitty. 4, 7, 4. 11 slashing damage.
So you make your announcement, you leap over the side of the cart, you run forward, and the guy seems a bit caught off guard by your words. You're not sure if he's genuinely intimidated or confused what you're talking about, but in that momentary pause, you run him clean through.
Can I use my bonus action to intimidate them? To attempt an intimidation roll.
Sure. That was technically part of your action anyways, the whole announcing, so we can say that was
Okay.
part of your intimidation, so go ahead.
Okay. That is an 11 plus... Hold on, I'm bringing up my skills. 18.
Okay. They look a bit impressed. None of them are running scared, but they definitely took notice to the fact that you made your announcement, leapt off, and just smote that guy.
Murked him.
That brings us to Alexei.
Alright. Given that I'm super fast,
The fastest.
yep, I'm going to move to about, yeah, that should do me. There. I have my maul out, and just for flavor, not for a check. Please come, meet the bear.
Okay. Got a lot of big talkers in this group. Next up is Koeli. What was that?
I'm thinking about what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So this guy is closest or dead? No, this guy's dead. Sorry. I'm gonna fly over to him and hit him with a nice shocking grasp.
So where are you going? Because you can move your piece, or at least.
Yeah, I know it. Sorry, hang on. I'm
Oh.
got tabs. Stop opening. Let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, fly speed. I can make it
Okay.
here to this guy.
Okie dokie.
And oh my gosh, where did my tab go? Ah, too many tabs. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. So shocking graph. So tactical is a dirty 20,
That will hit.
and is he wearing metal armor by chance?
He is not wearing metal armor.
Okay, then he takes 2 damage.
Zap.
Then I'm going to use that bonus action to fly 10 feet up in the air again.
So that's going to prompt a attack of opportunity.
No, it doesn't, because that's my special thing.
Oh yes, you're using your storm sorcery. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Suddenly I hear myself. Okay.
Echo.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Banditos, who are -1. Do 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 do. In light of what they witnessed, they're gonna each actually back up half a step. They do not like what they saw happen to their poor compatriot. The first two are going to try and shoot Shockmaw the Dreadful.
All right.
We have a 9 to hit
Nope.
and a 20 to hit.
As much as I would like to say no, that definitely hits.
For 6 piercing damage.
Oof.
So 2 crossbow bolts fire out. One goes wide past you, other one catches you in probably like the thigh. The other one is going to try and shoot Koeli. With a 16.
Unfortunately, yes.
And that will be 2 points of damage. We
That's what we call karma.
like passed through the wing, enough to hurt, but didn't really do any lasting damage.
That's my favorite feather!
And we are back to Unit 32.
I hope Koeli names every one of them. He's like, no, that was Jeff. He was so
This
young.
is my girl Amy. This is my lady.
Yeah. That was
No, not Lacey.
That was Petra. She was so young. She had so much left to give. You bastards.
It was just a down feather.
Okay, I think everyone's in range. So the eyes are now glowing a rainbow of colors because of all the elements. The staff is glowing. It appears to be flaming. Then there's lightning. Then there's ice. All the rest of it. Chaos Bolt at level 1 is cast at
Okay.
this guy. here. Actually, no, I'm going to cast it at this guy here. If I can I see that, Andrew?
Which guy? That guy? Yeah. Yeah, you can see him.
Okay, that is going to be cast at him. Also, in an incredibly distorted, what would pass for very angry voice, you hear the announcement. Have you heard of the Mermaid song? It is the favorite venue of those who breathe. You will not be joining them.
Oh, I like that one.
That's a 15 to hit.
Uh, Let me. So 15.
Yep.
That will hit.
Okay, it's 2d8, and I will tell you the damage. Oh my god, that's a good one. That will be 15 damage, and it will be.
Well, it's 2d8
how
plus.
does it?
So it's
Oh, yeah,
2d8
plus
plus
a
1d6, and then
Let me do a d6.
pick one of the d8s you rolled, and that is
I
the
picked
type
8,
of damage.
and it's 3 extra damage, and it does thunder damage.
Okay, so that's how much thunder damage?
18.
Yeah, 18.
You rolled. Wow.
I
okay.
rolled almost max on my damage roll, and then rolled a 3 on my d6.
Okay. So that's going to be. Okay. So, bolt of energy slams into him. Lightning kind of crackles all over his body. He lets out a roar of pain, but is still on his feet. And it is his turn now. Koeli is up in the air, and he does not have a means to fly. So...
He does have a cliff right next to him. He can climb up the cliff and then attempt to jump at Koeli.
Yeah, he is not a swashbuckler. He's not going to attempt parkour to attack someone.
Yeah. You should try it sometime. It's super fun.
And he's too far away from Shockmaw, so I guess we're just going to go on Alexei, even though that feels
Come
like...
face the bear!
Even though that is the worst target. So to begin with, we have a 13 and a 22 to hit.
The 13, no. The 22, yes.
The 22, so that will do 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
And then he follows up with a 20 to hit,
Hits.
doing 4 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
Oof.
And he says, "You should have just paid the toll." And that'll bring us to Shockmaw.
All right. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. Is 40 feet right there.
Your base movement speed is 40?
My movement speed is 30, which is why I have to dash.
Okay, so you're doing your movement and then bonus
Yes.
action. Gotcha, okay.
And then I'm going to use... hold on. Might have gone to the wrong spot. Let me... I did the math a minute ago and got an actual 30. Oh, sad day. Sad day. Oh well, I'll only get 2 of them then.
So you're running up and breathing on them?
Yes! They have to make a DC 12 dexterity save.
Well, let's see if they pass. They got the same roll. That is 2 7s.
That is a negative, so they will take 2d6 of lightning damage. Come on, roll better this time, you two. 7.
Okay. You guys watch as Shockmaw books it up to these guys and then proceeds to belch lightning that crackles over them and over the trees. They kind of shudder a bit and let out yelps of pain. That brings us to Alexei.
Alright. As a bonus action, I will channel my holy powers and swear a vow of enmity against this man in front of me. By Torm, you may be of this world and not another, but you are my foe, and I will strike you down. That gives me advantage on attack rolls against him for 1 minute, using
Okay.
my channel divinity. And I will swing them all. Well, that is 2 natural 20s, so I'm gonna pick one of them.
Hey, come on, Tim, spread the love.
And I will choose to smite, using a first level spell slot, since that's done after the roll was made.
Oof. This guy might be a goner.
Alexei coming out of the gate strong.
Yeah, I swore a holy oath, guys. Like, I don't think you understand. Let's see. So that is the initial. I need another d8. So 4d6 plus 4d8. 10, 20, 27 plus 3, 30.
Okay. You guys watch as Alexei mutters something to himself, then winds up and his maul glows brightly as he slams it into this guy. Light bursts from it as the man is driven down to one knee, but he stands back up, spitting out blood.
Fuck.
Koeli, it is your turn.
Alright, well, if that dude is still standing, I'm gonna fly over 15 feet above him and cast Lightning Lure. And he has to make a strength save.
Alright. Strength save. Get a 14.
Ah, man, just barely passes.
Is that an all or nothing?
Yeah, unfortunately. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So your lure goes out, the lash strikes him, and he snaps it. Oh, I see what you're gonna do. Alright.
Yeah. Well,
Anything else?
no. I don't have anything I can use with my bonus action right now.
Okie dokie. That brings us back to them there little guys. This guy will put his crossbow away for a sword. And he will attack Shockmaw. Getting a 14.
That does hit.
Really? Your AC is 14?
My AC is 13.
Wow, you are easy to hit. That will do 5 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
He doesn't need armor when he's killing krakens casually.
Yeah.
This next guy will also run over with his sword.
Is he getting advantage on that?
He is.
He might not be.
Why is that?
because I have a clockwork soul and I can restore balance, so I am cancelling that. He will attack normally, please.
Okay.
Preach.
Then
As it happens, and I see that the roll is going, like that man goes backwards and looks like he's going to take advantage. You see around that guy's head, like a clock slow down and shatter, and he continues to be normal.
he will take his first roll, which will give him a 9, and he will not use the natural 20 that was on the second roll.
You hear a robotic voice go. You hear a robotic voice go. Lol, get dicked.
And the last one is going to continue to try and shoot the bird. He's feeling good about it. Apparently not that good about it, because that's a 4. Pretty sure that misses.
He's feeling good about it. He's wrong, but he's feeling good about it.
That bolt isn't feeling good about it.
He didn't realize that while he was sighted in where she was, she moved. And so it was just all ruined then. Unit 32, you are up.
Okay. Noticing that the large target is still up, you hear a declaration of target resilient, escalation engaged. You then see a crack of lightning, like wreath around the temples of the Warforged, which looks very scary. The eyes are still moving, and the staff is now charged, and a witch bolt comes out at level 2, and that is for 20 to hit as soon as you fucking give me the dice. You goddamn, yeah, there we go. 20, and that does 2d12 damage, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, it does. That does 12 damage.
Okay, 12 damage. You watch as the witch bolt slams into him. And again, he's kind of rocked back, kind of stumbles a couple steps, leans forward, begins coughing and holding his chest. And he's kind of like doubled over, but still standing.
Impressive. Do I have any other things I can do? We have tons I can do. Oh, you know what? Am I allowed to spend a point to do? Yeah, I can spend a point to do quicken spell now, can't I?
Yep, as long as it is a cantrip, as the other spell you were casting.
Okay, well, we're going to give him... Yep, okay, we're doing it. We're going to quicken spell, and he gets Firebolt.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
For 8 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, so again, you notice it. The robot moves with like now extreme speed, and there is like the sound of a ticking clock, like a swinging pendulum. As it moves, the arm comes up, the casing splits, and a fireball rushes out from out of the crystals and strikes him straight in the chest, taking him down.
Slams into him, and his body's engulfed in flames as he screams out, falls to the ground, and begins to smolder.
If I can, I want to look at the other bandits and simply say in a raspy robotic voice, who's next?
They are definitely looking uncertain whether they still want to be there. Shockmaw, you're up since he's dead.
Alright, I'm going to take my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
Move right there.
Alright.
Thus activating my sneak attack on this fool.
Gamey bullshit. Continue.
Yeah, gamey bullshit.
Let me just take a step to the left here. Okay, we're alone.
See, without his, friend at my back, I can focus all my attention on him. Because that's how I'm playing it. I'm pretty sure that hits. That's a 15 on the die.
That hits.
Yeah, it's for a total of 21. 6, 7, plus 4, 11.
You step away from your one opponent. The guy kind of tries to follow you, at which point you easily knock his blade out of the way and just slice right through his chest, spilling guts, and he falls to the ground. That was all of your actions. So, Alexei,
Get a quick measurement here. Perfect. And I will advance at a steady pace and once again swing my maul without enmity this time.
Oh, there's plenty of enmity, just not called enmity.
Without divine enmity this time. That is an 11 or a 10 to hit.
a 10 to hit?
Hmm?
A 10, you said?
10, yes, 10.
10 will not hit.
Yep. And no bonus action this turn, so.
Okay. Koeli.
I'm gonna go into Shocking Grasp. This one.
All right.
That should be a 12. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a 12.
12 will hit.
It will?
It will hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm excited about that. Cool. Aww, that's a 1.
Aww.
Use my bonus action to fly back up 10 feet in the air.
He kind of goes, ow! And you zip
Like a
back up in
static
the-
shock.
I love the
Shuffled your
idea of-
feet.
I love the idea of being in a battle and the bird woman comes up and zaps you. Go, what the fuck, dude?
I imagine it's just like a static shock. Like that's just the static she got from moving through the air. It's not particularly
Guys
cold. That's why
inspired.
it wasn't a lot.
That will bring us to their turn, which this wounded guy is going to make a break for it. Well, let me click on it. There we go. There. So he makes a break for it. Other guy definitely doesn't want to get stabbed in the back, so he's going to futilely attack Alexei.
Is that actually futile? Like you rolled it and he didn't hit, or?
Well, I mean, I know for a fact what Alexei's armor class is, so I know this guy has a low chance of being successful with it. And like that 10, he misses.
We'll do it.
Alright, that brings us back to Unit 32.
Very good. Noticing that the remaining bandit has elected not to run, and in fact attacked the dwarf, you see the hand raise again, and the red eyes and flames start to erupt from parts of the casing, and then firebolt is shot at him. Good God, that's a bad roll. And it's a 12.
That will hit.
Oh wow, okay. And plus 5 to hit is apparently good. Who would have thought? And it does 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Yep.
The firebolt slams into him. He could, but is still standing, but looking even more unhappy as he's like frantically waving his sword in front of himself.
Okay, and I'm going to move. How far can I move these days? I'm pretty slow, aren't I? Yeah, 30. I'm going grace appears to have gone, though, and it's more mechanical menace.
You are in battle mode.
Yes.
No battle heals here.
No battle heals here, no. Much more stomping and mechanical hissing.
Shockmaw, you're up with your one remaining assailant.
He's going in with a deafening roar. He charges in, and I do get a advantage on this, correct?
Are you trying to flank?
I'm sorry.
Are you trying to flank? Because you're not in flanking
I
position.
mean, I think I can
You
get
have
to
to
a
get
flanking
to
position for
there.
advantage. Hold on. Yeah. Not quite.
I mean, with your bonus action.
You dash as a bonus action.
I was about to say, I'll just fucking dash. Yeah. Boom.
Now you have advantage.
That's a 13.
That hits. You
I
guys
am
keep
glad for that advantage,
overestimating.
though, because the first dice I picked up rolled a 7.
You guys keep overestimating how hard to hit these regular people are.
Oh, no, I knew it hit. 'Cause I knew the 12 hit. But the other one would not have hit, so without that advantage...
Well, it's a good thing Taser Koeli was there.
Oh, that's a fucking hit, though. I think this guy's dead. 18.
For damage?
Sorry, 19 for damage.
Okay, the cutlass comes clean through the other side of him, handle and all.
Good job the Storm Mage loosened him up, though, honestly, because he had 20. He had 20 health. So,
All right.
I let... After he drops, Shockmaw lets loose just a battle roar. Just for funsies.
You
Rah!
roar into the wilderness.
Koeli starts picking them for whatever valuables they might have.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Yeah.
And so you're just checking bodies?
Is that camp that's on the map also actually there?
There is actually a camp.
Okay.
Talking about the one in the bottom left corner.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to assist Koeli with investigating the bodies, particularly looking also for like insignias. Or
Okay, are you doing your own search or are you specifically helping her?
I suppose that's probably my own search
Okay.
rather than.
I'm gonna search this body. Actually, no, I'm gonna go search the camp. I'm gonna search the camp since they're searching the bodies.
My investigation is 16.
Okay.
Mine's a solid 9.
Okay. And I guess since you're also searching Shockmaw, what is yours?
14.
14. Okay. So, Koeli, you are able to, through your scrounging through pockets and bits and pieces, you're able to find a grand total of 7 gold, 8 silver.
Pop them in the big bag.
Shockmaw, you are able to find 1 gold. Alexei, you do not find any insignias.
Excellent.
You actually are quite surprised that you check bodies and go, this has nothing, move on, and Koeli then promptly comes back out with change in their pockets.
I found some gold!
He was more interested in the insignias, I think. He was,
guys, I found
well,
them.
that's all I found in the camp, just gold? Like, no supplies or nothing?
I mean, other supplies. There's some meat. There's a cask of ale.
Taking that.
Yeah.
Taking the ale, taking the meat. Taking anything that's not nailed down.
Okay, there's some stones around their fire pit. There's some tents.
Oh, the tents are
The
probably
tents are nailed
actually
down.
nailed down.
It's true. Fair point.
But it wouldn't be too difficult to unnail them.
Yeah, but I did specify anything not nailed down.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they are staked, not nailed.
The
make a
joys of
valid
semantics. The joys of semantics.
You know what? You're technically
I
right,
did enough
and that's the best
miserable
kind of
camping in
right.
my life that I'm gonna make sure that we can steal this shit.
All right, we're taking the tents too. Okay.
I will retrieve the cart from where it was left
Okay.
and bring it over so that they don't have to carry the tents.
The cart is still exactly where you left it. The donkeys actually did not seem very perturbed by what happened, being as I think the most intimidating thing they saw was a couple firebolts fly past them.
Did they see the lightning that I spat?
Yeah, that was a long way away, though.
Okay.
It's not like you're doing a bolt of lightning. You're doing a thing that has the same effect. There's a reason you don't do 8d6.
Yet. Actually, I don't think I ever do. But
All right.
I walk up to Koeli. You still have the pouch of gold, right? You're our treasurer now, I guess. Right. Normally, I'd say we split this, but one gold piece is not much to split. Toss it in the community pool. Shink. And how much are you adding to the community pouch? I know you said you found some.
I threw all of it in there.
You threw all of it? Okay.
Yeah.
How much was that?
7 gold, 8 silver.
Thank you. I knew there was silver, and I knew 7 was one of the numbers.
Alright. Just making sure I'm keeping up with our gold here. The pouch is at 127 and 8 silver.
I'm gonna go back and listen to this again to take notes.
Okay.
That was my plan as well. To...
Oh, right, okay. This is past Sam apologizing to future Abby for everything you have to be subjected to in the next few hours. I'm so
Only
sorry.
Abby and not Tim.
I didn't realize I liked this. Honestly, I might be ill.
He's apologizing so I don't kill him again.
Yeah, because I really like this character. She's really fun.
Which means she's going to die immediately.
Oh, by the way, well, yeah, I know, because Falls Off was fun, but he also had shit stats, so, but while you guys are searching, I'm stood motionless, with, wind down sounds happening, almost like when a jet engine turns off, you just hear, winding down sounds, and instead of the wide-gated, very aggressive stance with elemental energy crackling off the robot, instead now it's back to incredibly graceful, and the staff has disappeared again. Also, at some point, I'd like to walk up to Koeli and say, "So your designation is mage."
Cool staff. Can you teach me how to use it?
Yes.
Okay. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna go now for the moment. We'll pick this up later.
Around this time, you hear, I found some ale!
All right. Are you pressing onward?
I do believe
Onwards
it's
and Koeli takes upwards.
I'm gonna take a nap in the back. Alexei, you got this. That fight took a lot out of me. I need to hit a winker, should I?
It's not particularly a problem. Does this, or is this in any way a short rest?
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
I figured yours was, but I'm more asking for me guiding the cart.
I mean, on the road, you can consider it a short rest. It takes minimal effort to just keep the donkeys kind of
How
moving
about
forward.
if I'm Disney princess jogging?
No, that is not a short rest for you.
You can also lead the donkeys.
You what, sorry? I cut out there.
The Prima could lead the donkeys, as opposed to drive them.
I could do that, if that's what people wanted to do. Okay, I will do that. I will offer to do that, and then immediately start to do it, just assuming that you would want to rest instead.
Okay.
I won't even wait for confirmation.
But before I pull my hat down over my eyes, I say, Koeli, wake me up if something happens.
You got it. She flies up.
Alright. Then I will remain in the seat, but not, doing much.
Okay.
But I'm going to spend a hit die to recover HP.
That's
go
fine.
ahead and spend 2.
That's fine. I love the trope shift that right now the 2 men are desperately catching a nap while the 2 women are muscling onward.
I was
Trope subversion.
I was built for purpose as a strong, independent woman.
It's flighty.
I mean, my job is to stand in front of people, so...
All right.
Not my job.
You're
Your
able.
job's to stand behind people.
You are able to take your rests. The day's travel continues uneventfully as night settles in.
Seems like a good time to find a place to stop.
Okay, so as soon as they say that, I'll look for the nearest space that looks suitable and lead the cart to stop. As soon as it does stop, I will stand still next to the cart and try and speak to Koeli again if there's a moment.
If you're stopping the cart, I'm probably coming down. So, yeah.
So I will say, sorry, anyone else want to do anything first, and then I'll speak.
I'll,
Why do we stop?
It's getting late. It's we're stopping for the evening. It's hard to see the road ahead. But I will, tie up the donkeys in the cart.
I will assist.
Get back here.
Just saw you lunge at your camera.
There's a gnat that's been flying around, and I've been trying to get it for probably the last 45 minutes.
Just roll a dexterity check.
Abby would like to roll a murder check.
Oh, you see, that's a strength check. That's an entirely different check there. 'Cause I don't think unarmed attacks count as finesse weapons, but let me check real quick.
But murder by poison could be an intelligence check.
Fair. Are you using poison to get the gnat?
Not in this particular case. This is definitely more dexy. But anyway. If you see me grabbing the air, that's what I'm going for.
Glad we have context so we don't get lunged at by surprise again.
I'm coming through the computer to you guys.
I was like, wow, she's really invested in this and everything. She's trying to climb through the screen.
Yeah.
I kill your character in person.
Yeah, she's so desperate to kill my character and my dreams that she's going to climb through here and strangle me.
Like the kid from The Ring, just rolling out the screen at you.
All right. So you were able to set up your camp. You're able to feed Bell and Whisper. And Anything else you wish to do?
For anyone who's not paying attention to Twitch chat, that's the donkeys.
So if there's a moment free, I want to try and speak to Koeli. If not, I will eventually, if there's no space, I will just enter Sentinel's Rest.
Yeah, there's space.
Okay, so I walk up and say again, so your function is mage, but you do not look like a mage. Explain this.
Why not look like a maid?
The form of the vessel is directly tied to the role of the vessel, is it not? You don't appear like a sorceress, yet you are, in fact, a sorceress.
A lot of Aarakocra use magic. It's not that uncommon.
Okay, you see strong confusion on the face of the robot, and it says,
Though in her defense, for your logic circuits, she does still have a female form.
yeah, well, you see, that's what I'm weighing up. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't look like what I'm used to, but she is still a woman, so she is a sorceress. And then...
Oh man, when he runs into a female knight, she's gonna have issues.
Wait until...
Or a male sorcerer.
Yeah, well, wait until we meet, like, a seneschal who's wearing not armor, and I call him a waiter because that's what they look like. So that's going to be fantastic. Or a king that I don't quite recognize, and then that's going to be amazing. So I'm going to go, thank you for giving me something to think about, and then walks off gracefully to the corner of the camp, and you notice it becomes very still and appears completely shut off. God, I'm weird. I love this character.
Koeli will fly up into a tree and go to sleep.
Okay.
Shockmaw will drink some ale, and then, having drunken some ale, walk over to Unit 32. A 32.
You see there are black eyes. There is almost no response. You would swear it had been switched off.
Hello.
The white circles eventually fire back onto the screen, and it looks at you and says, yes.
Alright, so you don't eat. You have this weird stand and sleep. Do you drink?
No.
Have you tried it? It's delicious.
I don't think it would be for me.
Yeah, more.
I don't taste. I appreciate your gesture, but it's not
But
me.
do you feel?
Yes.
Hmm.
I have emotions.
Grog.
I don't fully understand all of them.
Ale can help you feel things.
And as inefficient as it is, you probably do feel a degree of pain.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up a lot for me. What did you say?
Yeah.
I was saying, as inefficient as it is, he also probably feels a degree of pain.
Yes. I'm going to take the grog, and then...
Sorry, it is ale. It's not grog. It is ale.
Okay, I'm going to take the ale, place it up to the robotic face. You just see some of it run down its mouth, and then it's like I hand it back to you and say, "I told you."
Oh well, more for me.
You are now malfunctioning, Unit 32.
Yeah.
You have invited liquid into your system.
And then the eyes, I just look forward and the eyes switch off again. And
Well, good night. Hope you trance well.
just remains motionless.
Then I go to one of the tents that we set up and uh, pass out.
Alexei, anything you're doing? So you are also passing out?
Tim, you're muted.
Thank you for that. I am just winding down, as not chatting anybody up. A little bit of self-reflection and prayer, and then going the fuck to sleep.
Okay. You all go to sleep. You sleep through the night. You wake up the next morning, safe and sound.
Good.
And you are free to continue along your journey.
And I do believe we shall.
Yes.
Gather the party and venture forth.
So if I mean, I just immediately assume command of the trailer again, unless someone else commands otherwise, and start to lead the donkeys.
That's perfectly fine with
Yeah.
me.
Fine with that.
Well, that was the job. That was the task yesterday. So until it changes, that's the task that shall be performed.
All right.
I'm gonna sit up front again.
You continue along your travel following. So at this point, the coast is completely gone from your sight, but you can see the river that you are kind of following along as it periodically comes back to and away from your vision as it winds its way. The forest to the east slowly begins to peter out from dense forest to lighter and lighter vegetation until up ahead on the horizon you can see a massive stone structure that the river runs up to. It seems to be a pretty solidly built stone fortress, very blocky and square. Uh, the town around it seems to be pretty sparse, just the bare minimum. There are flags waving from the towers, and you can see the traffic on the road, which has been incredibly light. You've seen almost no one during your journey thus far, but you can see where the roads all sort of converge, and there's a bit more bustle towards the city itself.
Okay. Do we recognize the flags?
You do. The flags are the heraldry of the region. They are a single red cross on a white field, which is the heraldry of Lord Helden.
So reverse Switzerland.
Yes.
Okay.
Shockmaw is notably agitated, or noticeably agitated. For those
Lord
of you who care to notice.
Lord Helden.
Lord Helden, yes.
Okay, can I roll perception to see if I notice, or insight to see if I notice Shockmaw's change in demeanor?
Sure. Roll an insight. Let's see how well you can read them.
That's a 10.
You are unable to discern the emotions of a dragonborn.
Fantastic work. Anything to do with, like, wisdom is so scuffed.
You can tell that Shockmaw is feeling something.
Okay. That sounds like an organic thing. I don't want to deal with that.
Emotions are involved.
Yeah. I'm sure I've got a handle on those right now.
So you make
It
your way.
also is 3.
What?
I said also it's 3 years old, I think, the unit. So also, like me, a child.
So
Maybe Yoda.
you all make your way into the town, which seems to be fairly poverty stricken. The town around it looks pretty rough shape, kind of dirty. Uh, the as you get closer, the fortress looms larger and larger in your vision.
Cool.
As we're going down what I'm assuming is the main thoroughfare, I look around. Are there any inns, like decent inns? Hell, even not decent inns. I'm a pirate. I don't care.
I want the seediest place there is.
I don't like not being able to see the sea.
Uh, Give me an investigation check to find an inn.
4.
4. Okay.
There are no inns.
The only inn you are directed to is called the Eastern Arm.
Eastern Arm?
Yes.
Alright. Keep in mind, I'm not actually, like, asking people. I'm just looking as we're going down.
As I say, that's the only one you're able to find any kind of
Okay.
clues
Gotcha.
to.
What time of day is it that we're getting here?
This would be afternoon. It's probably like just past midday, so like 2, 3, somewhere in there.
Okay. Do we need to stop anywhere here, or should
Well,
we?
that'd be the only inn in town by the looks of it. So if,
Yeah.
with the amount of people we got around here, we might be fighting for a room. We might want to consider getting a room soon, if we're staying.
Well, that's the question. Do we stay here, or do we just continue on the journey?
Well, we
I
might
would
want
say
to,
continue on.
we might want to grab more rations. I only bought enough to get us here.
I mean, I still have almost 10 days worth. A few fewer than that now, but I had plenty of my
No,
own.
because I bought enough to get us here, so you weren't going into your personal rations.
All right, then I still have 10 days travel worth of rations, and if we take the roads, there are towns along the way. So
Do we want to go via road or try to go across the lake? Personally, I prefer the sea route.
given that we purchased a cart, it seems as though that would be the way that we should go.
Okay.
So, what's your plan?
Around the lake.
So you're just pressing onward?
So-
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to if everyone else wants to.
Yeah, unless there's something that stands out as unusual.
Okay.
Um,
So we have 2 ways that we can go. We can go west of Philios or north.
well,
But we would be traveling to the Iron Crown.
it.
I'm looking at the map here. I'm trying to figure out which way is quicker, and it looks like they might be the same.
Distance should be about the same. I'm inclined to go through Philios. That's shorter treks between settlements, and we don't have to go over the mountains like we would if we went up to Iron Crown.
I agree with that.
So where are you headed?
We're heading west to
The
Philios.
westward road out of
Yeah,
Helden Hall,
but what is your actual destination?
Sandovar.
Okay, so you're taking the road in a big U?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, both of the roads that we can take would be big U's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a question of whether we want to go to the vertical U or the sideways U. We chose sideways U.
Okay. You also can not take the road is also an option. That's why I was just checking what your
So
actual
we
plan
can
was.
we can go to Telos and then follow Mirror Lake.
And
around to
overland
get
it from there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sandoval.
Actually, that considering that we are apparently on a time crunch, that sorry. Well, we are on a time crunch, so we might want to avoid some roads and just head straight to Telos and around the lake.
That would also work. I've not been through the area, so I can't say how well the cart will handle in there, but given that we have donkeys instead of horses, and they are typically a bit hardier, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
I
Might
can
be,
also try and scout ahead to see if there's any particularly treacherous ground.
yes, that would be a good idea. So,
Koeli has excellent eyes. She used to be the lookout for my ship, you know.
oh, I did not know that.
And then she left and we crashed.
Does sound like she was the eyes of the operation. Then.
Yeah, it's a rousing endorsement and also quite a admission of defeat.
So,
Shockmaw is prone to embellishing.
Yeah, she's
I don't know
amazing.
if you picked that up or not.
She's amazing at her job. She's so good that when she left, actually, we all realised we were shit.
I was the only thing keeping us afloat.
Yeah.
we were absolutely fucked without her.
See, what I didn't bring up is that the reason we crashed was a fucking storm. And I don't think there was anything she could have done about it.
I told you it was coming.
Alright, so revised plan of attack is northwest out of Helden Hall to Telos, and then from Telos overland to Sandovar.
Okay.
Hi.
So you guys continue your trek on. You're able to get a decent bit of distance as Helden Hall disappears behind you as you follow the main road, and as night sets in yet again. Don't know if there's anything you would like to do with your evening hour.
I want to question Alexei if he's alone at any point. I will appear behind him. Chill out, boys. It's a fucking robot.
Yeah, as I'm sure I will be sufficiently alone at some point for.
Okay. Well then, you probably notice something standing quite still behind you. I'd like to say awkwardly close because I don't really do social cues very well.
And all of a sudden, this turned into a horror game.
Yeah,
You're the
We're supposed to
Slenderman.
be social distancing. Come on.
can I just say that given that I don't breathe, I am the perfect person to violate that rule. There is no possible way I can aerosol you when, again, and I have to say this, I do not possess lungs. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I am entirely mechanical. But you get like a tap on the shoulder, which is something that I've seen people do, so I figured it's how they greet each other.
Prima, what can I help you with?
I've got to say quickly, I enjoy thinking of the most awkward thing possible just to watch Abby like cringe. It's the best ever. I say, you mentioned you met one of the early units. Tell me about them.
Well, like I said, I didn't exactly meet them. My family was involved in building part of them. It was a giant arm that they had helped with. I didn't actually hear a number to go with it, but
I think I know which one that is.
oh, uh, yes.
That could be one. He's
I
a
mean,
colossus.
that would match up with the size of the arm. It was quite
I have
large.
many questions to ask your
Cultivating
kind
into a boy
at
with a
some
horse.
point. Yeah, no, he had a whole film. It was an adventure. It was great. It was an hour and a half. Great. Would watch again. But no, because sorry. Um, okay. At which point, all I say is, then I have many questions for your clan, and go very quiet and don't move away from you until it gets super awkward, and then I still stay because I don't care
Because
or
you
feel
don't know
about.
how to read the room.
Yeah, because I really don't care about social cues. So
Well,
Okay.
I will look a little bit perturbed, a little bit sad, and well, that we will see about that. But for now, I'm going to go to bed. Have a good night, Prima.
Okay.
you too, and then I walk off and take my sentinel's rest.
All right. Anyone else do
While-
anything? Oh,
While this is going on, I am again getting into that ale.
okay. You're slowly
I-
making a dent.
I bring one over to Koeli.
I was gonna say I actually fly over to Shockmaw, so that works. And I say, so you're hoping to get a new ship out of this?
She might not be as prodigious as the Lady Dread, but I will be a captain now. I will be Captain Shockmaw the Dreadful.
You deserve it.
But first we must get the ship and then the crew. Would you like to join me, crew? Keep us safe. Once we get the ship.
You know I don't stay in many places for long, but I'll be happy to join your crew for a time again.
So it has begun. Now tell me, Koeli, what kind of adventures have you been getting up to since you left the crew?
I've been all over a little. I went into the city for a while, tried to join a circus there.
What in a circus?
Yeah, it worked out for a little while. You know, high flying and that. But as usual, it felt more like they were paying attention to my feathers and a little less to me. And so I left. I also
Alright, we can have some kitty cat.
I'm okay with kitty cat. I just don't want her like where I can't see you guys.
Ah.
So yeah, so I was with the circus for a time, and I was part of some scouting teams for a little while. I also, you know, sought out information regarding different magical talents. You know, here and there.
Ah. Play into your strengths. That's the Koeli I know. Anyway, have a good night. And then off to the
Wild
tents.
infantry.
Okay. With that, the evening passes, seemingly without incident.
So, off to the tents. I look over and I see Unit 32 just right there behind Alexei. Still creepy.
All right. The night passes seemingly without incident, leading you to your following morning.
I don't like that seemingly.
Well,
Yeah.
you're all asleep. You don't know what happened.
I do know what happened, but I don't know if I noticed any of it.
Incorrect. One of us is not asleep.
If you would like to make a perception check, I will allow it.
Okay.
I just know your passive perception is garbage,
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say,
you're welcome to
I'd
make an
have to tell
active
you.
perception check if you would like.
I'd love to tell you all that this is going to be worthwhile, but I can't.
But it has to do with your wisdom, so.
Yeah, we probably never have to worry about that one. Probably don't need to talk about it. That was an 11.
Yeah, you did not notice anything.
Yeah, there's something out there though, so sorry about that, Lance. I would be a better sentry if I didn't have fucking 8 to my wisdom.
I like it though. It gives you character.
It does give my character, and I was rolling far too well for everything else, honestly.
All right.
Oh, we've got a cat attack. That's what I didn't roll for.
It was kind of getting creepy at first as the camera was just slowly shifting. I wasn't sure where we were going or why.
Plot twist is the
I'm on a
cat
trip
doing
to
it.
go see my cat.
All right. I assume you continue on your adventure the following morning.
Yep.
All right. You continue your trek. I presume with Unit 32 still leading the way with the donkeys because
Unless I've been given other instructions.
she
Yes.
has not received alternate direction.
So at any point during this trek, does the sea come back into view?
Should not. No, you are moving away from the ocean. You have actually been steadily moving away from the ocean.
Oh shit! For some reason, I thought we were going to Philios. I forgot we had changed.
Yes,
to going
you're
to
headed to Telos. You are maintaining a steady direction away from the ocean. But the mountains are coming into view up ahead.
For those who care to notice, again, Shockmaw is agitated.
I'd like to roll to see if I notice.
Go for it.
Here we go, boys. We're going to go on insight, which is the big. In fact, no, I'm actually going to go with perception because it's -1 and those rolls are funny. Oh, baby, give it to me. That's a 4.
Shockmaw is still experiencing emotions.
Nice. He does seem to still be organic very well.
I can't wait until you roll the 1 and just he's no longer feeling emotions. Oh, he's one of us now.
Well, no, it's gonna be like he gets
ceased feeling emotions. Maybe he has become perfection and is now a wolf.
no. The one will be like, oh yes, Shockmaw seems elated and jubilant and is super happy right now. So your trek has changed from countryside to forest as the path makes its way through the woods. Eventually, the trees again begin to thin out, and you see up ahead what looks like a mostly kind of small town, but there appears to be quite a logging operation in effect. You can hear the sounds of wood cutting and voices. The most unusual sight is amongst this rather small town, kind of separated from the rest of the houses, is this massive glass structure standing amidst the forest. Seems to be made out of glass, and you're not sure if it's made also out of wood or expertly carved stone, but it is this kind of white material that weaves seamlessly into the glass. The structure stands about 3-4 stories tall, and quite quite apparent in this rather sparse environment. Uh, as your party approaches, uh, um, a man walks up to you and goes, "Oh, great. More adventuring types, huh?"
Is he armed?
He does not appear to be armed.
What is he? He's a human male.
He is a human male.
How old?
Looks to be probably in his 40s, 50s.
Okay. An announcement at reasonable volume is middle-aged human male, unarmed, threat level low.
He looks mildly offended at that, but says nothing.
What do you mean, more adventuring types? You be having a problem with adventuring types?
I mean, I feel like all of you tend to stir up trouble of some sort or another, but now I'm just talking about that last group that came tearing through here.
Oh, tell us about them.
What did they do?
One of them caused quite a stir at the local tavern. I'm glad they headed on their way.
What did they do?
Well, there was four of them, and the troublemaker, kind of a spindly little guy, started talking up a storm in the tavern, and then shanked someone right out in the middle of the hall. All hell broke loose. His friends eventually kind of broke it up and wandered off on their own way. But
That's cuckoo. What was he talking about?
yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it myself, but I hear he killed 2 men and injured 4 more. So I hope that you aren't intending to cause trouble in our here town as well.
Well, we just be passing through. We don't go looking for trouble.
Does this man?
I'm curious which way these adventurers went, so that we might, possibly avoid them on the road later.
I didn't hear where they were planning to go, but you might be able to ask at the tavern. I'm sure they overheard it.
Real quick, how short was the guy that the 3 of them fought?
Huh?
In the combat encounter that we had, how short was the guy that the 3 of them fought?
There were 5 of them.
Yeah, guy and his 4 friends.
Yeah, there were
I
4
took out-
adventures. Yes, I know. The
Yeah,
man.
that's 5 people.
No.
Yeah, and there were 4 adventurers in this party.
Oh, well, he did say a guy and his 4 friends when he said there were problems.
No, he said his friends. He said there was 4 of them.
Oh, my bad. I'm mentally dyslexic, so
I'm actually dyslexic. So,
oh, well, I'm not actually dyslexic. I apologize.
It's fine.
Don't. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
He says,
I don't mind people making jokes about it.
it's like, but I'm sure if you want to know more, you can always ask Eladil in the tavern. He'd know more than I do, but I just want to make sure you're not causing more trouble around here.
The troublemaker you speak of, does he have a designation?
I didn't get his name.
Well,
Does your tavern still have ale?
I would imagine it does. I certainly hope it does for when I get off my shift.
I'll see you there. To the tavern.
For ale and information.
Before we go too far, what is that big glass structure over there?
So,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
that's the Emporio Verdantis.
The Emporio. I Tim didn't hear what the second word was.
Verdantis.
Verdantis. Gotcha.
That's awesome. I've been there before.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. The tavern. This way?
Yes, the tavern down there, the Minstrel's Pub. You can't miss it.
How
Good
far
day.
away is the Emporio Verdantis from where we are?
Uh, Probably about a couple hundred yards.
And how far's the tavern away?
Just about a block or two.
Okay. Can I ask the guy for directions to the tavern?
Okay, he points it out just down the way.
Okay, cool. I walk over to the Emporio Verdantis. I want to check it out.
I will say you forgot something.
Oh. Please be informed that the Mermaid Song is the finest establishment for food for all of those who are not incapable of breath.
The guy seems confused at what you said and goes, "Well, where's the mermaid song?"
I didn't make a note of that in my thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that I have not remembered. And
Letitia.
just say
Letitia.
Okay, Letitia.
He goes, "Oh, all right. Well, I guess if I'm ever out that way, I'll check it out."
The proprietor was quite insistent. I tell everybody.
Well, that sounds like a pretty desperate individual, but we'll see if I ever get out of here.
My job is done, and I walk straight off to the Emporio Verdantis.
What was the tavern called? The Minstrel's what?
The Minstrel's Pub.
It's a pub. It's a tavern called a pub.
Yes.
They need to get their moniker.
That's a British thing. We could be in a public house. It's a tavern.
Okay. So are the rest of you headed towards the tavern? Or the
I'm
pub?
going to the tavern.
I'm going to the tavern. Yeah.
And was it Eldil?
Yes, Eladil.
Yeah, Eldil.
All right.
As we get to the door, I say, "Wait, aren't we missing someone?"
You're not wrong, but she knows where we're headed, and
Fine.
she's not our responsibility.
She can take care of herself. You saw that yesterday.
All right. You guys make your way into the tavern. As soon as you do, you see the tavern's in a bit of a rough shape. There's some broken tables. The kind of elderly woman behind the bar pulls out a knife and goes, "More adventure types. I don't want trouble."
We're
And
just
we're
here
not
for
giving you-
She waits a moment, puts the knife away, goes, "Okay. I don't. All right, but
Here, I'll even pay in advance." I flip a gold onto the bar.
her demeanor changes immediately. Like, oh, all right. Sorry. I apologize. I should be a better host. I'm just.
It is all right. We heard from the guard that you had some trouble here recently.
Ye-
It's-
Your
Yes.
reaction is perfectly understandable.
All right. So what can I get for you?
I'll have some ale, as I said before.
All
Well,
right.
we can get her normal berry wine.
All right.
Not to be confused with Barry White.
And
and some clear liquor, please.
seeing a trend. Okay. Ale, berry wine, clear liquor. Got it. We got three regulars.
Pretty much got like a standing order.
All right. So, what brings you to these parts then?
Yeah,
We're just passing through.
All right. Where are you headed?
we're headed up to Sandoval. We're going to take the overland route around the lake.
She stops in her step. Goes, you're headed where?
We're
Sandoval.
going to Sandoval.
Sandoval.
Hey,
Oh,
what he said.
what? Are are you crazy?
I mean, I've
Are we
been
going
called
to
that
Sandovar?
before.
Potentially, but is there something that we should know about? Because it seems like there's something we should know about.
Oh well. Uh, I guess you haven't heard. Oh wow. Um. Phew, she finishes getting you your drinks and says, yeah, Sandovar is home to a a wizard who is notorious in these parts.
Notorious for what?
Uh,
I am also kind of notorious. Maybe you've heard of me. First,
uh,
first make Shockmaw the Dreadful and
Mo,
slain the Kraken.
most locals around here, locals around here know to keep a wide berth from Sandovar. We've heard a bit too many tales of people trying to venture too close to the lake and coming under attack. Uh, we don't really know what happened. He moved in to and set up Sandovar quite some time ago, but in the last 5, 10 years, he's become real protective of the lake, and we've all kind of learned to steer clear. But I don't know, maybe you folks know something I don't, because that other group said they were headed there too and were asking for ways across the lake. But
I was born and raised on the ocean. I'm not afraid of no lake,
well,
no still water pond.
I wish you the best of luck with that, because I've heard some pretty frightening tales of what people have encountered out there.
Oh, you've got some stories for me, eh?
Uh,
Please tell me these tales.
People said that they have encountered spontaneous walls of fire rising up from the ground, or blasts of lightning that seem to find you wherever you are. Trees blasting, the waters rising up to fight them. It's uh, I'm grateful I've got my tavern to, to keep me well taken care of, because I have no desire to go venturing out into those woods.
So it isn't just on the water; it's the surrounding woods as well.
From what I hear, it's anyone who gets too close. In fact, I think many of the lumber workers have even started to set up a kind of makeshift perimeter to help each other out of where not to cross.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you so much for the information.
And thank you for the ale.
My pleasure. That'll be one silver for the lot of it.
Koeli gets the silver out.
She
I
takes
had
it
tossed a
kindly.
gold on the counter earlier. I'll
Well,
just take some change then.
okay. Then we'll cut over to Unit 32, who has made their way over to the Emporio. The glass structure now looming above you. Two great doors that look like they're made out of living wood.
Okay. I want to walk up to the door and poke it.
You poke the door. It feels like
Does it
wood.
Okay. So I would like to study it, see what it's like. I'm going to attempt to open it.
Okay, you open the doors. They open like regular doors. Inside, you see it looks like a giant garden. In the middle is a massive tree, all gnarled and twisted, spiraling up the full 30, 40 feet to the top of the glass structure. Surrounding it is a small pond with lily pads and plants in it. All around is growing vegetation that is in full bloom, spiraling up into the uh, walls of the structure and up above, with even some fauna or flora hanging down with like long tendrils, kind of like a weeping willow tree. To one side, there is a single counter that appears to be brought up out of also the ground itself formed into this living counter. Standing behind it, the only thing you can see is a very large mushroom just kind of sitting there.
I walk into the center of the room and stand very still while trying to observe what's going on.
Okay, as you step in, you hear a voice say, "Oh, welcome to the Emporio Verdantis. Can I help you?"
Yes. What is this place?
This is the Emporio Verdantis. we
And what is this place?
we deal with alchemical supplies, potions, tinctures, ointments.
How very interesting. When was this building made?
It's been here as long as I can remember.
And how long was that, if I may inquire?
So, have you figured out who you're talking to yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't particularly care.
Okay, cool.
There's a voice speaking to me, I'm fine.
Okay.
What direction does it come from?
Since you walked in, it's coming from slightly behind you.
Okay, so I'm going to slowly turn to face the direction the sound is coming from.
Okay. It is the mushroom.
Okay, I figured it might be as much. Okay, and how long has that been?
I mean, I personally can only remember the last, 15, 20 years.
What happened before that time?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
You what, sorry?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Oh, so as in not here, as in you weren't in the Emporio, or you did not exist?
I think I didn't exist. Hard to tell. Don't really follow, when I popped into existence. It's not something at the forefront of my thoughts.
I can understand that. I'm in a similar position. Hello, Pebbles.
Okay. Can I interest you in some potions?
You can certainly tell me all about them.
Okay.
I
Well,
offer a sacrifice to the potion gods.
we have potions that will restore your vitality. We deal with antitoxins and my master's favorite, the animist elixir.
And do tell me about this.
Oh, well, they come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They can augment your vision, your stamina, your strength.
That sounds very impressive and magical. Do you manufacture these in-house, or are they
Yes.
brought in?
She makes all her
Interesting.
potions herself.
Who is she?
Her name is Elodie. Elodie Greenheart.
How interesting. Elodie. She lives at least another 500 years. Oreo boss. Okay, cool. Well, I don't have much in the way of mortal coin, given that I place so little emphasis on it, as I need very little of what the organic folk do. But I'd love to hear about these potions and how much they cost.
Well, the animist elixirs will run you 50 gold each. Antitoxin, also 50 gold. Potions of healing, 50. And we have more powerful ones at 150 a pop.
Lacking any kind of sample size for knowledge of a fair price, I will assume that that is the going rate. However, I am very short of this and have a pressing, dangerous quest that must be attended to, so I will bid you farewell and good luck in the future.
You as well, friend. At which point an arm kind of comes out of the mushroom and it waves goodbye.
I wave goodbye to echoing him and walk away. And just out of sight, I say, I like the mushroom, and walk out.
All right.
I go to the tavern.
Okay. You meet back up.
I just imagine that you saying that in a robot voice. I like the mushroom,
Yeah, I like the mushroom.
and that just tickles my funny bone.
On your way back, make a perception check.
Oh well, these always go really. It's probably a 3. Honestly, let's just go. Yeah, I actually called it. That's good. Right, so it's a 3.
All right, so next time call a higher number.
Okay.
I
Speak
refuse.
that one into existence.
I refuse, and you can't make me.
You notice nothing out of the ordinary on your return trek to the tavern.
Yeah, of course. I'm about to be assassinated.
And then you die. No.
Yeah. I
uh,
can't wait for my wisdom saving throws. They're going to be good.
it's okay. It's not an important saving throw. I promise.
Yeah, it's only like all the good spells.
But all right. And I think as you guys reconvene at the tavern to share the information you learned from the tavern keeper with Unit 32, that is where we are going to call our pause for the evening
Sounds good.
Yep.
Awesome.
with your newfound information on your destination.
Crazy nut job wizards. Let's go.
Hey, is there any other kind
I
of
was about to
wizard?
say, aren't all wizards crazy nut jobs?
Yeah, good point. Because we've got 2 sorcerers, and they're the cool ones.
Exactly.
So, anyone out in Viewerland, thank you for joining us. If you suffered through this, we'll be doing this again next week. Hope to see you then. It's been fun.
Goodbye.